Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if Naruto owns a shop. Percy Jackson. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Mr. Insane and link in description and support writer. Let's start the video. Percy sighed as he walked through the casino with a dumbfounded expression on his face. The hotel, which was really the Lotus Lair, slowing down time was not impossible for this place. Hours could be days out in the real world. Percy was only able to break out of the curse due to noticing people from different time periods. He was shocked at first, but what really got him was that his father contacted him shortly after telling him to find his brother. Percy never thought that he would have a half-brother, but he recently found out gods were real and faced some monsters to know that nothing was impossible except him disliking blue food. He dared someone to try to make him dislike it. It was amazing. As he mentally challenged anyone to even try that, he bumped into someone. "Boy, watch it, scrub, you're ruining my manga time." Percy, who was going to apologize, changed his mind once he heard him talk. Looking up to Blue Eyes, he said, "Hey, you watch where you're going, you moron." The teen looked at him with a blank face. Without even responding, he plowed through him and continued on his face with manga in his face. What a jerk, Percy thought as he looked at the retreating form of the blonde. Whatever, he thought. He needed to find Annabeth, Grover, and his half-brother. "Hamahaya," Naruto said as he held his hands out. Damn, it didn't work again. He sighed. He just saw Goku do it in his manga, why couldn't he do it? "Stupid lazy author not giving me Kai," Naruto said. "Naruto, we found you," stated two kids with black eyes and hair. One was a girl named Bianca with silky long hair, olive-toned skin, and a green cap that she currently had on. The younger kid next to her, Nico, had the same skin tone, but he had messy and shaggy hair that looked like he just woke up. In his hands were mythmagic cards. He ignored them. He was busy thinking on what his idiot of a father was thinking. Having another son that could fulfill that stupid prophecy that they were all worried about. Yay, he called it stupid, you idiot sun god. His brother did look like a bit slow though. Whatever, he didn't care what happened, but he knew Sparky, Zeus, was throwing a hissy fit. "Hey, where were you?" asked Bianca. "We looked for you, but we couldn't find you." Without taking his eyes off his manga, he said with an annoyed tone, "What are you, my mother? I was trying to get away from you two girls." "Hey. Ema boy, you know," yelled Nico. "Hey, really, since when?" asked Naruto as he walked up to a shop to get some candy. Ah, sweets, they were so delicious. Hopefully they had strawberry milk as well. "You know," Bianca started, "if you keep eating so much sugar you're gonna get diabetes." "Boy, I've decided I rather live a short and happy life than a life without sweets," said Naruto. "Seriously, who wouldn't?" "Wait, do you even know what he looks like?" asked Annabeth in a serious tone. She never thought that sea god had another one in this era. Especially when no one in camp knew about him. Or did they? She mentally groaned when she saw Percy shake his head. Of course the seaweed brain wouldn't even ask. She was still a bit upset she got stuck in a trap and that Percy of all people managed to break out of it. "Well," Percy started, "he would look like me, wouldn't he? Green eyes and black hair should be a good way to start." "Percy, do you know how many people have the same features?" asked Grover. He really didn't want to leave. He was having so much fun. But he knew he had to, the world was at stake and couldn't just leave his best friend doing something dangerous on his own. Not that he didn't trust Percy, it was just because he was a bit slow. "Ah, called it," cried a distant voice. Percy frowned. He wished his father gave him a description. "Percy," a voice said. "You already met him. Blue eyes and blonde hair." Percy's eyes widened as he heard his father's voice. He didn't meet anyone or talk to anyone here. "Oh no, please no, not him, he's a jerk," Percy thought from the small interaction the two had. Still, the look in his eyes was weird. Something Percy couldn't put his finger on. "Hey guys, I know who he is now." Curious eyes looked at him and he sighed, "Just follow me." Actually, Percy didn't know where he was going. He just hoped he somehow managed to see a flash of bright blonde somewhere. "Naruto, why did you yell that?" Nico asked curiously. "Aw, nothing, I just found out I was right," Naruto replied absent-mindedly, still eating some chocolate. Naruto looked around and his eyes widened as he noticed his brother and two other people walking up towards them. How the hell did they find him? Oh crap, I don't want to go on their stupid quest. Damn you, dad. He had to get away. He just wanted to read manga and be a lazy good-for-nothing demigod. A sacrifice was needed. Bianca was getting food, so not there. His eyes landed on Nico and Naruto smirked. "Hey Nico, wanna play a game?" Nico, knowing no better, replied excitedly, Sure, what's the game?" He picked him up by the shirt and started rocking him back and forth. "It's called Be a Worthy Sacrifice for Naruto-sama." And after that he threw Nico towards his brother. Percy saw bright blonde hair for a second, but then he saw black hair going towards him fast, very fast. His eyes widened and then he felt an impact on his stomach knocking the air out of him. He looked up to see the blonde smirk at him and then run away. Jerk, Percy thought. Ow, stupid Naruto throwing me, Naiko said as he stood up. When he did, he noticed 3 people staring at him. Naiko backed up slowly and was about to jam when a hand held onto his shoulders. The one with the green eyes said, "Not so fast, squirt." "Hey." Naiko yelled, "I wouldn't be talking, you're shorter than both of them." Percy turned red as he was reminded of his height. As they argued back and forth, Bianca yelled, "Naruto Uzumaki, get back here right now or I will burn your manga." Bianca was having a bad day. First Naruto ditched them and then she had to deal with Naiko bugging her on where Naruto went. And so hours later they finally found him and not even 20 minutes later he already threw Naiko into some strangers. She sighed, those two were like partners in crime. Well, Naruto did the crime, while Naiko was blamed and usually got the short end of the stick. As soon as she said a threat, Naruto was back faster than the people around her could see. "Boy, you better be kidding. There's no way you would dare," Naruto said, panicking. "Then you better explain why you threw Naiko into strangers," Bianca angrily said. Before Naruto could reply, the girl that was with his brother came up to him and answered, "It's because that stranger is his brother." Naruto's dead eyes checked the girl out. Blonde hair and gray eyes was a dead giveaway of who her godly parent was. The recognition of some sort flashed in Naruto's eyes. "Hey. Are you stalking me? You're here on a date, aren't you?" Naruto said, looking towards Percy and Grover. He raised an eyebrow. Annabeth blushed slightly out of anger, but soon got it under control and glared at Naruto. "Oi, quit staring at me, I know I'm better looking than them, but it's not cool to cheat," Naruto said, unaffected by her glare. Before any of them could speak, Percy finally realized that the person they were looking for came back. Percy took Naiko with him and walked over to Naruto. "Hey Naruto, why did you that? It was like the same time you threw me into those girls that you said that their chests feel good, but they beat you up because I told them what you said." Naiko completely missed the signs Naruto was telling him to shut up because as soon as he said that he felt a dark aura enter the place. "Naruto, why the H would you do that?" Bianca yelled in anger. Naruto changed the subject and put an arm around Percy and said, "Oi, look, this is my brother, pretty ugly, right?" Still, it ticked off at Naruto for doing that to Naiko. She wondered why Naruto never mentioned a brother at all. "This guy is your brother?" Naiko asked. "Yay, now let's get going guys," Naruto said. "Wait Naruto, you're just gonna leave like that?" Bianca asked with a frown on her face. "Yay, why?" "Oh, it's nothing, I was just thinking that Naiko would be sad when you're gone," she said, looking away. "Oh yay brat, come here," Naruto said with his hand in his pocket. Naiko came with an annoyed look on his face for the brat comment, but came nonetheless. "Here," Naruto said, tossing something to him, "I won this." Naiko cawed and his eyes widened as he looked at the Hades figure. The only one he didn't have. "Boy, and you?" Naruto started to Bianca. "Ah, I have nothing to say." Naruto was already heading out the door and waved without looking back. "See you never," he said. Percy, Annabeth and Grover quickly followed after him. Naiko and Bianca were left looking at them, with Bianca with a sad look on her face and Naiko with the same one but had a hint of excitement. "We'll see him soon," Naiko said. Bianca had a small smile on her face. "Yeah, we will." "Hey, looks like Dad and Sparky are fighting," Naruto said as he surveyed the outside. Or maybe Zeus was angered like he always was. Which usually had to do with his dad. It was pouring outside, lightning flashes and thunder rumbling every couple seconds. He didn't want to get his manga wet, so he decided to put it away, hence him observing. "Well, see you guys never," Naruto repeated to the trio as he began walking away. The trio who just caught up yelled at him to wait. Percy asked, "Where are you going?" "We just found you." "Hey, can't you tell? I'm not trying to be a hero and go with you," the blonde said as he walked on. He heard their cries about telling him to come with and that the world was at stake. Blah blah blah, he could care less. He really needed some strawberry milk. About 5 minutes passed as he was walking and looking for a store when he heard honking. Deciding to see what it was, his eyes widened as a taxi was going straight towards him. At the last second it swerved to the side and the door opened. Inside were his brother and his friends. Annoyed at them, he was about to tell them off when Percy suddenly grabbed his arm and was pulling him inside the taxi. "Oh oi, what the hell do you think you're doing, you idiot?" Naruto yelled. "Dad asked me to find you for a reason, so I'm not leaving you behind," Percy yelled back. Before Naruto could yell back, he was pulled inside the taxi hard. Percy, who wasn't expecting the sudden intrusion, pushed Grover into Annabeth, who fell on the floor. Naruto, who could not stop his momentum, was pulled into Percy and then fell onto the floor on top of Annabeth. Annabeth felt a weight land on her. When she opened her eyes, she saw blue. The eyes looked dead, but still a bright clear blue. She wondered why Percy's brother did not have the same features, but now she knew his eyes represented how clear and blue the sea could look. She recognized them for some reason. Before she could even say anything, the blonde got up trying to leave the car, but then she heard Percy say go. 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 To the taxi driver. Hearing his words, even if did wonder why the hell these brats were doing this, still pushed on the gas. The brats paid more than he ever imagined, so he asked where to. Hollywood, the one with the brown eyes and brown-haired said. The one with the green eyes was fighting with the older kid, and then the girl seemed in deep thought about something. Whatever he got paid more than enough, so he wasn't going to question it. Ah, seems you are no match for the great Naruto-sama, stated Naruto as he somehow managed to get Percy in a headlock. Naruto finally noticed the taxi was moving again and thought, great, now I'm stuck with these idiots till we stop. Naruto finally let Percy go and the younger sibling glared at him. Naruto stared back at him. Wow, his eyes look dead. It looks like he has no motivation, Percy thought as he seemed to answer his observation from earlier. Oi, quit staring at me, I don't roll that way, Naruto said. Turning red at the comment, Percy looked away and said, neither do I, you idiot. Hey, you're sounding real defensive here, the blonde stated. Before Percy could say something back, they were interrupted by a serious-looking Annabeth. I have a few questions for you, Naruto, Annabeth stated. What the heck does she want, thought Naruto lazily. First of all, how did you hide your existence for so long? You look no older than 18, so that means you were born after the oath was made. Am I right? Annabeth questioned. Naruto, who was picking his hair, looked over to her and said, does it matter? In a deadpan voice. Annabeth, not one to be deterred, said yes, it does matter a lot. Damn. Naruto really wished he brought something sweet with him. He sighed. All this was already becoming annoying. Naruto replied with fine, sheesh, if it'll get you off my back, and to answer your question, yes, I am 15. And for the rest, Annabeth, Grover and Percy were paying close attention to what he was about to say. That's a secret, he stated blandly as he took out his Dragon Ball Z manga from seemingly nowhere. Oi, it does come from somewhere, I'm just not gonna tell you, stupid author. Naruto said to no one. The trio sweat dropped heavily and had different thoughts. Am I really related to this guy, Percy thought. Grover chuckled a bit at his antics, finding him funny. Annabeth sighed and thought, now I see the family resemblance. Wait, if he's 15, Annabeth's thoughts trailed off before she gasped lightly. Seeing the manga, Percy's eyes lit up and said, you like Dragon Ball Z too? Naruto looked over at him in mild interest and said, of course, it's one of the best shows out there. One of the best? Percy said with mock horror or actual horror. It is the best. He stated confidently. Boy. How do you know it's the best? There are plenty of other manga that match up to DBZ. Naruto replied. But nonetheless, you may not be such a bad sister. Percy was about to tell Naruto something, but from the short time they interacted, Percy could already tell how his brother would react. He'd either ignore him or say something sarcastic. Besides, the drive would take a while, and he wanted something to do other than fall asleep. So he asked, hey, do you have another one I can read? Percy questioned. Naruto took his eyes off his manga and was judging if Percy was worthy enough. He just couldn't let anyone read his manga. Deciding to have some fun, Naruto smirked evilly and said, sure, here, you can take this one. Passing him a manga, with Goku on the cover, Percy was rather surprised that Naruto was being nice. Kukukuku, Naruto internally chuckled. Let's see what happens, he thought. As Percy was flipping the pages, his first thought was, what is this? Why are there real girls? But as he kept going, his face started getting redder and redder until he looked like a tomato. A line of blood was dripping out of his nose as he realized what he was looking at. Taking off the cover, he read what the title said and saw it said Playboy magazine. Percy looked around to see if Grover and Annabeth were watching him, but luckily for him they weren't. Percy turned towards Naruto, who was smirking, and stuttered out, why did you give me this? Amused by his reaction, Naruto replied, it puts hair on your chest. Naruto took back the magazine and turned to a page. Looking at it, he nodded and showed it to Percy. Once Percy took one look at the picture, his face got even redder and a larger line of blood dribbled out his nose, and then he promptly passed out. DCH, what a wimp, Naruto thought. Since Naruto and Goatboy were close to the door, Aquaman and the annoying blonde were in the middle. Looking to the other side, he saw Goaty passed out with a bit blood going down his nose. Realized what had happened, he smirked. Naruto felt a dark aura enter the car. Realizing it coming from the chick, Naruto started sweating. Quickly putting away the magazine, he was not fast enough to keep Annabeth's eyes from seeing the cover. Naruto, Annabeth started in a sickly sweet voice, what did you show Percy to have him passed out, and Grover too? Seeing that something bad was gonna happen soon, he quickly spoke up, just some, violent pictures of manga. Naruto trailed off. Oh good, I thought you showed him something else, Annabeth said, smiling, while at the same time thinking, does he really think that's gonna work? Naruto thought, did that really just work? Not believing what was happening. Next thing Naruto knew, his head connected with a window hard. Naruto was losing conscious, but the last thing he saw was Annabeth blowing on her knuckles muttering something about perverted boys and a stupid blonde son of Poseidon. Annabeth sighed. Now with 3 boys unconscious she could finally think over everything she knew about the quest and what they might encounter. Naruto sighed for what felt like the millionth time. He heard Percy tell Annabeth and Grover about a dream he had, but for some reason he can't remember all of it. He then mentioned a cold voice about 2 things and then started wondering if Hades wasn't the one in the pit and who took the lightning bolt. DCH rookies, Naruto thought I know Uncle Hades has enough problems as it is, so that's a big no. Oh well. He wasn't going to mention anything. But aren't Athena's children supposed to be smart? He thought. Annabeth felt the sudden urge to glare and hit the blonde that hasn't said anything since they, Naruto, Percy, and Grover awoke. Hey Naruto, what do you think about this? Grover asked. He ignored them. He was rather thinking about what manga stores would be in Los Angeles. He hasn't been there since he went to go visit Uncle Deadhead. Ah, good times, Naruto thought. Hopefully he's still not mad at me. As Naruto looked out the window, he noticed they were stopping at the Santa Monica Pier. Awesome, he thought, so many sweets and hot babes. They all get out the car and 3 head off to the water while 1 heads to the stores and rides. Grover and Annabeth watched as Percy walked into the ocean and Grover asks, "Are you going to go with him, Naruto?" After hearing no response they look behind them and see people walk by, but no blonde reading a manga. Grover frowned while Annabeth was muttering stupid blonde, stupid sons of the sea, stupid yay. Grover didn't bother hearing the rest. So, Grover started, which one of us is gonna go find him? Annabeth looked over to him and sighed, paper, rock, scissors. Grover nodded. Rock, paper, scissors. Annabeth held out rock while Grover held scissors. Dang, how do you always beat me? Grover groaned. Annabeth replied with a smirk on her face, I already memorized which ones you go with, Grover, you're predictable. Oh right, forgot daughter of wisdom, Grover said. Annabeth smiled and Grover said fine, I'll be back. He shouldn't have gotten too far. Meanwhile, Naruto found a store just a bit off the pier called Candy Baron. Naruto grabbed a basket and walked inside. 10 minutes later he came out with 2 baskets filled with candy of all kinds. Seeing he wasn't going to be able to get far, he finally decided to share with the readers and the author on how he gets his manga from out of nowhere. Naruto pulled out a scroll from his pocket. Hold your horses, I'm almost done. Naruto opened it, set down one of the baskets on it, and channeled his godly energy which he gets from being a demigod, and poof. It was gone. After the smoke cleared, the scroll showed writing on it, the Japanese kanji for sweets. I have to thank Hikate for these scrolls, Naruto thought. And Dad, I suppose. Nah, I won't. Naruto needed some new clothes. Apparently he's been wearing them for a year since he was stuck in that lotus place for what he thought was a month but was really a year. So I'm technically 16 but I never aged, so I'm still 15, he mused. Naruto walked on trying to find a store. He was just wearing a white shirt with his mom's ancient clan symbol on the front and some black pants. He found a store and looked for some clothes and then he found it. An outfit just like Goku wore. Mine, Naruto thought. He dug out his wallet and frowned, he spent all of his money on sweets. He had no regrets, but damn. Oh well, he just had to steal it. He found his size, took it off the rack, and just walked off. Surprisingly, nobody stopped him. He went into the bathroom and changed. Didn't even go to a stall and change, he just stepped in front of the mirror. Did he even check if it was the right gender? No, he didn't. He felt killing intent from the other side of the bathroom, where the urinals should be. His eyes widened and he looked at occupants and gulped. Ladies ranging from 16 to 30 glared at him. Well, ladies, you are looking lovely tonight and I'll just be on my way, Naruto nervously stated as he walked towards the door. As he walked past them he heard knuckles cracking. Hopefully, just maybe they'll let him go. Pervert, he heard impaled. Crap, better get out of here if I wanna live. He started running fast, but the girls seemed to keep up. Crap, somebody help me, I'll give you 5 cents, he thought. Naruto, he heard and then he saw him. Kukukuku, Naruto laughed evilly. He found his scapegoat, quite literally. Grover was glad. He managed to find Naruto without spending too much time. He saw Naruto running towards him in a weird outfit. He sort of recognized it, but what he really was looking at was the mob of girls chasing Naruto. He was going to ask Naruto what was this all about, but before he could, Naruto managed to speed up and grab Grover by the shirt. Thank you, worthy sacrifice, the great Naruto-sama will never forget you. He yelled. Before Grover could do anything he was thrown into the mob girls. And after that Grover felt pain and promptly passed out. The girls noticed it was not the person they wanted to crush, so they left the guy alone and went looking for the blonde-haired pervert. Naruto, being the person he was, at least waited to see if Grover survived. He got closer and was surprised that he was barely bruised. He had a nice shiner though. Oh well. Oi, wake up, Naruto said as he nudged him with his foot. Grover awoke and groaned. Here's your 5 cents, Rover, Naruto said and gave him a penny. Grover opened one eye and said, this is not even 5C, you know what, I don't care about that, come back, we're about to leave, and hey, my name is Grover, not Rover, I'm not a dog. Grover yelled. Really? Could have fooled me, Rover, Naruto said while he picked his ear. Well, let's get going, Mr. Zombie downstairs owes me some manga, Naruto stated as he stood up. The ground rumbled a little bit. Oi, it's true. Naruto exclaimed. Grover blinked, he didn't think it would have been that easy. Oh well, he wasn't complaining. Wait, yeah, his eye hurts badly because of Naruto. Hey, what about my eye, Naruto? Grover yelled because Naruto was already leaving. What about it, Naruto replied in an I really could care less tone. Grover sighed. At least he got a drachma. Wait, what? He looked back at the retreating form of Naruto and smiled. Maybe he wasn't such a bad guy after all. Kukikuku, Naruto laughed evilly. Rookie mistake, Grover, have you not seen my attitude these past chapters? A fake drachma brought him some good entertainment. Boy, where's Peter at? Naruto lazily questioned as he flipped through some pages of his manga. Half-blood. Dionysus was drinking some Diet Coke when he felt a sudden urge to congratulate someone. He drawled out. Hopefully Peter's quest is going bad, he said as he finished his Diet Coke. He sighed, damn that nymph and my father, god of justice. Maya thunder boomed and he yelled, it's true. Back to the demigods. Boy, I'm the main character so it's back to me. Back to Naruto. There, that's better, Naruto said sagely. Annabeth and Grover were currently wondering about the blonde's mental health. Annabeth saw Grover's black eye and went over to Naruto to ask what happened, since Grover shuddered. Naruto, what happened to Grover? Annabeth questioned in concern for her friend. He sacrificed himself to save me, simple as that, Bethy, Naruto answered while reading some magazine about games. Her eyes widened when she heard that nickname. She remembered it from the time she was with Thalia and Luke, but was there someone else? She remembered blonde hair brighter than Luke's, but before she could think any more on it, Percy came out with a confused face laced with bit of anger. So what did your dad tell you, Percy? Grover asked. The sea spirit came instead of my dad, Percy responded. Oh, Grover said. He knew Percy was looking forward to seeing his dad, but he knew the chances were slim. DCH, figures, Naruto mumbled. They looked over to him, and then Annabeth said, we should get going, we need all the time we could get. As they were walking towards a bus stop, Naruto's attire seemed to reach up into Percy's brain. Realizing he was seeing Goku's outfit, Percy went up to Naruto with stars in his eyes, asking where he found that outfit. Bow down and then the great Naruto-sama might tell you if you're worthy enough. There's no way Percy is gonna bow down for that. Annabeth and Grover both thought. After seeing Percy wanting to fight a god, they would think he a lot more pride than that. Wrong. Wrong they were. Percy was bowing down saying, oh great Naruto-sama, am I worthy enough to know where you found one? Annabeth and Grover face-palmed. If there was any doubt they were brothers, it was gone now. They left the brothers alone for their sake. After that humiliating incident that Percy felt was totally worth it and finding a bus that could take them to Hollywood, Percy told the group about what the sea spirit told him. After that Percy went over to talk with his brother. So, Percy started, the spirit told me you don't like dad that much, Percy stated. Flashback. Oh, and your father also told me to tell you to give your brother a chance. His life was a tough one, and Naruto believes his father should be responsible for it. That is all I should say, goodbye now Percy. Before Percy could even ask anything she was gone. Present. Yay, so? Naruto asked. Why? Percy was ignored. After that the ride was quiet, luckily it didn't take too long to reach Hollywood. They wandered around trying to find Do Recording Studio, Gate of the Underworld, but they couldn't find it. Naruto knew where it was, but he wasn't going to say anything. They kept walking when a group of rich-looking kids came out with knives asking for money. Percy took out Riptide and the teens backed up, but when they noticed it didn't hurt them, Percy, Annabeth, and Grover started running, while Naruto stayed behind walking like nothing happened. Quickly seeing that some ran after the trio and the others circled Naruto. Naruto was reading a manga when the leader asked to hand over money and they wouldn't hurt him too much. Yeah right. He flipped a page of his manga and asked in his deadpan voice, you say something. Pissed off at the blatant disrespect, the leader charged but was quickly put down with a kick to the face. You shouldn't play with sharp objects, my manga could get hurt, Naruto said lazily. Putting away the manga and picking up the knife, he stated, if you come at me, you won't be getting away unscathed. As you know how stupid minor characters could be, these guys didn't even have names, so you know how this was gonna end up. Naruto was insulted. They only put 10 guys against him. What kind of bullshit was that? They needed an army if they wanted to take down the great Uzumaki Naruto. An arm went by his head and Naruto quickly stabbed it with his knife. A yell of pain and quick punch to the face later one was down. Another person tried coming at him from the front, Naruto quickly grabbed him by the neck and kneed him in the stomach. The rest decided to just charge, but in all the confusion they found themselves aching in pain. Just being a sadistic asshole, Naruto decided to get a knife and stab the leader in the leg and leave it there. "Remember the day you tried to rob the great Naruto-sama and got your asses kicked?" Naruto exclaimed and then left. "Ugh, now I got blood all over my hands. Damn kids," Naruto muttered. Naruto was walking around when he heard the shout, "Ergo," and then walked in to see Percy slice a head off. Seems you're not a total baby," Naruto muttered. Hearing something behind him, Percy found Naruto, his hand covered in blood. "So that's where he was," Annabeth said, putting two and two together. Deciding that he wanted to go to the Underworld already, Naruto said, "Would you look at the board, what a convenient thing to show us the way to Underworld," in a mocking tone. Disregarding Naruto to look at the map, they found out it was right around the block. Before they entered the place, he gave Annabeth and Grover a pearl. "Oi, where's mine?" Naruto asked. "Like hell I'm giving you one," Percy responded. "You didn't even want to come in the first place. Besides, I need this for my mom." Something flashed in Naruto's eyes when he heard that part. He still insisted for one but with less vigor. Deciding enough was enough. Annabeth grabbed Percy and Naruto by the shirt and started dragging them inside. Once they were inside, she hit them behind the head hard. "Oi, the fuck was that for Bethy?" Naruto exclaimed as he was rubbing his head. "That nickname again," Annabeth thought. "You two shouldn't be." She was interrupted by Grover saying that they were causing a scene. Noticing that they were, Annabeth blushed at losing her cool at a time like this and said, "It's because of these two idiots," she said as she looked over said idiots. "Well, one idiot." Naruto was gone. Looking around, they found him talking to a tall and elegant man with chocolate-colored skin and bleached blonde hair cut into the military style. He was wearing a silk Italian suit with glasses on. Heading closer, they saw a name tag with a Charon, which Percy saw as Chiron because of the dyslexia. When they finally got there, they heard Charon say, "Damn you Naruto, because of you Lord Hades gave me even less money than he normally does. Boy, it's not my fault your stupid boat couldn't go faster. Maybe because the gold you stole weighed it down, you stupid blonde," Charon yelled. Fearing a fight would break out, Percy said, "Hey Chiron, can you take me to the Underworld?" Charon took his eyes of Naruto and turned to glare at him. "You stupid boy, do I look like a freaking horse? Do I teach heroes also? No, I don't. I swear Lord Poseidon has something against me." "Who are you calling stupid, you?" Fearing Percy would do something stupid again, Annabeth took the drachmas they got from Krusty's, bribed Charon to let them ride. Percy also cooled down to say he'll ask for a pay raise for him. They also had to pay extra since Chiron wanted nothing to do with Naruto. They went on an elevator which eventually turned into a boat. They were over a dark oily river, swirling with bones, dead fish, and other, stranger things, plastic dolls, crushed carnations, soggy diplomas with gilt edges. Naruto was reading a manga muttering, "I wish I had Bankai like that." The other three were scared, having not seen the Underworld before. When the group reached the shore, the sand was black and high well as far as the eye could see. Percy thought the entrance to the Underworld looked like a cross between airport security and the Jersey Turnpike. As the trio walked on, Naruto took a quick detour to a cave that was around the area without the others noticing. Walking in, he spoke, "Wake up bitch, your master is here." It seemed like no one was there, but then a red slitted eye opened and a deep demonic voice called out, "You never change, do you kid? Change? Leave that to the gods. I'm not as influential as them," Naruto said, referring to them changing their style to fit into modern times. "Seems you still got the big mouth that gets you into trouble," the creature replied, smirking. "Where's that other brat? The one with the stupid hair?" it asked. "Oh sauce, he's probably still trying to overthrow the gods," Naruto replied indifferently. "Well, I'll give him that, the brat has balls," the creature replied as it shrunk down to the size of large golden retriever. The fox with 9 tails came into the light. "He was never the same after the war, but then again you weren't either," the fox stated. "Shut up, Kurama, our readers will start asking questions about that war," the blonde replied. "What kind of drugs are you on, brat?" the newly dubbed Kurama questioned. "The special kind. But besides that, Poseidon had another child," Naruto told him as they walked towards the lines of dead people. Kurama laughed. "This one has to be the child. Just you watch, you're gonna owe me tons of food." "Shut the hell up, I'm not gonna owe you shit. I still place my bets on Sparky Jr. "Oh, the one Zeus turned into a tree? Yay, good luck with that, idiot." Kurama laughed with glee. Naruto glared at the fox, but before they said anything they heard a loud growl. "Oh, would you look at that, they met Cerberus. I wonder if they're gonna get eaten," Naruto stated lazily. "Still the same jackass you've always been," Kurama said in a deadpan voice. As they stood there looking on, Kurama asked Suo, "Are you gonna help them or what?" Naruto replied with a, "Nah, that'd be too cliche of me to go help them." Sweat dropping off of Kurama, he stayed there watching what they were going to do. If Naruto wasn't going to help, then why should he? They saw Annabeth use a rubber ball to play fetch with him. Cerberus never had any fun guarding the gate for dead people, so like most dogs he tried to get any fun he could get. Rather surprised by her wits, Kurama asked again, "Daughter of Athena, I suppose?" Naruto nodded his head. They all managed to pass, but as soon as they passed by, the metal detector alarms went off and magic detected also did. The trio getting too far, Naruto decided to get going to get his manga. As Kurama and Naruto passed by the dead people, they heard Cerberus crying for Annabeth since he was having fun. "Boy, shut up you stupid mutt before my bitch makes you." Kurama snorted, "What makes you think I'm going to do anything?" "'Cause your master said so." "You stupid bleached blonde." "I have no master." "Boy, I don't bleach my hair, that's all natural, jackass." Nearly butting heads, they failed to notice Cerberus creeping up to them. Growling at them, he lunged to attack, but Kurama grew his tails to wrap two around two necks, while Naruto got out his Bakken and hit Cerberus on his other head, rather hard. "Stay out of this," they simultaneously said. Understanding somewhat, Cerberus did not want to get hit again, so wisely he went back to guarding his gates, but not before chewing on some random dead person, unluckily enough to get in his way. As Naruto and Kurama walked onto the palace, mind you still arguing, they noticed the asphodel field swampy, dismal, with black trees here and there. They also saw Elysium with a blue lake and 3 islands in the middle of it. Naruto scoffed when he saw it. He bet hardly any people were there, since those were for the ones who chose reincarnation and managed to get to Elysium all 3 times. Last thing they saw was the Fields of Punishment, which was Kurama's personal favorite. Rivers of lava burned and minefields with barbed wire separating different torture areas. Once they finally saw the Palace of Obsidian Towers, they heard Percy and Annabeth's distinct voices yelling at something. They follow the voices into a narrow tunnel when Kurama realizes where it leads to. "Yo, dumbest, this place leads to Tartarus." Naruto's eyes widened, and with a quick fuck that he left the tunnel. Kurama laughed, the yellow demon afraid of Tartarus. Well, now that he thought about it, it was irrational fear. He heard whispering. Even though he was a distance away, his enhanced hearing picked it up. It sounded eerily like a voice he heard thousands of years ago. Something even older than the gods he fought alongside with. Kurama cursed. He hoped he didn't rise up again, but that stupid prophecy, and now another son of Poseidon came along. It was shaping up to be bad couple years coming up. Well, I guess that's what the gods get when they break the oath. Naruto already paid for what his father did when he broke the oath, but it seemed even that was not enough, Kurama thought. As he was walking out, heard frantic footsteps come his way. Deciding to have fun, he let them run past him, but then tripped them with his tails. Putting on a scary act, he went in the darkness to where his red eyes were only visible and then said, "Hello flesh bags, do you want to play a game?" with a cruel smile on his face. Meanwhile, Kurama was having fun. Naruto was heading to his rotting uncle's palace. Naruto laughed. He was the one who started the rumor that his uncle rots. Hades went apeshit to find out who started the rumor so he could torture he or she. As he walked through the place, he noticed some of Medusa's statues were new. But besides that, everything was the same. There was still black, and oh black. Seriously, his uncle was emo. As he finally reached the throne room, he saw about 20 skeleton guards, wait for it, guarding the door. "Yo Chad, how's it been?" Naruto asked, talking to a skeleton holding a spear. As they saw who it was, their bones began to chatter, speaking in their language. Suddenly all of them picked up their weapon holding for attack. They ranged from bows and arrows to M16 rifles. "Oi, the hell you think you guys are doing? I'm here for damn manga." Chattering again, he decided to go in forcefully. Grabbing his Bakken, he charged at the skeletons. He needed to go after the one with the gun first, so he jumped high up in the air and aimed for the gunner when he struck down with his wooden sword down rather forcefully. The black marble broke apart by the impact and the gun was sent flying. Decapitating the owner of the gun, he was about to start fighting the rest when he heard, "Who dares trespass my palace?" And suddenly the doors opened to reveal his uncle sitting on his thrones made out of human bones, looking lithe, dangerous, and graceful. Already used to the power his uncle radiated. Looking towards him, he said, "It's me, you zombie, I came for my manga." Recognition flashed in Hades' eyes before anger graced them. "No, why in Tartarus are you here again? Tell me why I shouldn't put you in my personal torture chamber right now." "Boy, I came for the manga you promised me," Naruto replied, frowning a bit. "That was for you to shut up and not to annoy me. And do you think after what you've done, I'm not gonna kill you?" Hades said dangerously. "What the hell did I do to you, you oversized zombie?" Naruto yelled back. "Did you forget when you caused chaos in the lines of death? I had to personally go out there and personally sort everything out. I don't have time to be going out when I have to do stuff right here. Also, when you were leaving, you stole pounds and pounds of gold and silver." Hades yelled back even louder. Damn Chiron, I knew I shouldn't have gone to him, Naruto mumbled. Before death and smart comments could once again start, some idiot came running in saying, "Uncle, I have two requests." Naruto sighed. His uncle was about to go apeshit again. His stupid brother came in, making this day about to go even worse. At least the owl head would be able to kind of save him. Before Percy did anything else, he finally noticed his brother there. "Naruto, what are you doing here? How'd you get here before us?" As soon as he said that, Grover, Annabeth, and Kurama walked in. "Kurama. I'm surprised you didn't eat them," Naruto said, ignoring his brother. "I'm sure he wouldn't mind," Kurama said, addressing towards Hades, "but the other gods will, and I don't want to deal with Aquaman Sr. nor Ms. Pride," Kurama stated. "And besides, I don't eat heroes anymore, well, not as often, and besides, the stupid one is funny." Flashback. What is that?" Grover asked, trembling in fear. "Did something come out of Tartarus and come to kill them?" Percy, even though he was scared, took out Riptide to fight against whatever it was. "Oh, would you look at that, the hero thinks he can fight me," Kurama said, laughing. Naruto was right, you are stupid. Annabeth was preparing to fight too, but then she heard Naruto mentioned. "Wait, you know Naruto?" Annabeth asked suspiciously. Kurama looked over to her and studied her, while she studied him back. Nine Tails, she thought before her eyes widened, and she remembered when the gods were fighting the Titans, beasts from an unknown land came to the gods' aid. The most recognizable one was the giant monster fox with 9 tails, which could cause tsunamis by a swing of its tail. "They're the Kyuubi," Annabeth stated. Most people didn't know about them, but she found a book about them. While it didn't have a lot of information, but it had enough to know they were at his mercy. Some of the legends say that the beast were on par with gods. Kyuubi was surprised the blonde figured out who he was. "It seems the owl flies high in this one," he thought. Grover's eyes widened when he heard that title. He didn't think they were real. He thought they were just myths, like the mortals thought gods were a myth. Percy, not understanding who or what this was, decided to attack. Kurama's eyes flashed to him, and red eyes looked deep into green. Kurama flared his killing intent, and Percy saw Tail holding his legs and arms while something bit his throat out. Kurama let it die as he saw Percy fall to the ground, but was surprised when he shakily stood back up. Well, he definitely is Naruto's brother. Naruto was the only one who managed to shake it off before anyone, Kurama thought. Before anything else could be done, Annabeth decided to rant on Percy about for having seaweed for brains and not realizing what could happen. Just then, to save Percy, the ground rumbled. That seemed to shock Percy out of what happened in the last 10 minutes, and he started running back towards Hades' palace. Annabeth and Grover soon followed, but Kurama stood there for a second thinking, things have gotten interesting, smirking. End of long ass flashback. "You're damn right it was." Naruto yelled out to no one. "You dare keep up this pretense after what you have done?" Hades roared out. "I do not have time for war. The underworld is already way too full, and they're sucking my wealth dry. You have stolen the Master Bolt yourself to help Poseidon start a war. Not only that, but you have stolen my Helm of Darkness," Hades stated angrily. "If you do not return it, I will stop death and make your lands a nightmare." "What about Naruto? Why don't you think he helped Lord Poseidon out?" Annabeth questioned with curiosity and fear in her voice. "I know he won't help out his father because he hates him," Hades stated rather bluntly. The trio were shocked, but they had an angry god and it didn't look pretty, so they ignored it for now. Percy told Hades he doesn't know where it is. Hades doesn't believe and asks him to open his backpack to show that the Master Bolt is there. Naruto's and everybody else's eyes widened when they felt the power of the Master Bolt, and sure enough, it was there. "Kurama, get ready to roll," Naruto said under his breath. Kurama nodded. Naruto scooted over to the backpack, and once Percy gave a pearl to Annabeth and Grover, a new skeleton army charged. Once they did, Naruto grabbed the Master Bolt and used it to fry all of the skeletons. He then shot it up high in the sky, got onto Kurama and said, "Remember the day you watched Naruto Uzumaki ride out like a badass on his bitch?" Cursing Naruto, Kurama jumped high into the air and rode a current out to the sea. "Fuck. This shitty nightlight hurts like a bitch." Naruto yelled out in frustration after he let go of the Master Bolt. His hands were burned black and were practically disintegrating. The Master Bolt was only meant for gods. The last time Naruto checked, he was at least half. "Damn it, Kurama, hurry up to the water. My broken healing factor will do what it does best. Make people groan on how OP it is, especially Apollo." Kurama snorted, "The bastard never changes." It took a while to reach the ocean, but once his hands hit the water, they started to regenerate and heal his burns. Naruto sighed in relief. He did not want to go on with his life with no hands. Naruto got off of Kurama, and both of them were floating up. "Oi Kurama, where are your siblings?" Naruto asked out of boredom. Kurama contemplated for a moment and then said, "I'm not sure, but last I heard that stupid bull ox, Jayuki, was in the Sea of Monsters. That overgrown monkey is somewhere in a volcano, and of course that dumbass Tanuki is in a desert. And sake brat, you aren't even paying attention. Kurama roared. Naruto was picking his ear and was a couple 100 feet above the fox. Oi, you're boring as hell. Naruto responded. Kurama ears picked up fighting from above, so he extended his tail to reach Naruto. He wrapped it around his chest. Oh oi, what the hell you think you're doing, you shitty fox? Naruto yelled. Before Kurama could accidentally squeeze too hard, he threw him up as hard as he could so Naruto could reach the beach. Naruto felt his stomach flip, and as he went out of the water and saw what was going on, he saw his brother fighting against some buffed up dude that looked like he was compensating for something. Feeling the aura he gave off, he knew he was God. But which one? As Naruto got closer to the ground, he felt himself start getting angry. Why? Only one god gave off that feeling, even if he personally hasn't met him. Ares, the god of small dick of war. Naruto finally landed and used the wind to slow his fall. Landing behind Rover and Annabeth, he went up to them and pickpocketed some drachma and some mortal money. They were too engrossed and worried about the fight to notice. Boo! Naruto yelled. Rover screamed like a girl and Bethy screamed but also kicked him. Right into what makes him a man. You bitch. Naruto groaned as he fell down holding his crotch. Naruto. What are you doing? Never mind, you need to help Percy fight, Annabeth stated. She was worried for the idiot, but even though she didn't know how good Naruto was at fighting, but he could still help more than them. How the hell am I going to do that if my balls are in pain? Naruto meekly said as he started crawling towards the water. Annabeth smiled sheepishly but then went into a worried look. Water, I need the damn water. He said. Naruto got up and walked as much as could and fell in the water. Feeling the rejuvenation, Naruto moaned in pleasure. Laying there for a couple seconds, he heard police sirens go off. Quickly getting up, he said, I didn't do it. Realizing they weren't there for him, he walked over to Annabeth. Repeating what she said earlier, Naruto quickly told her to ask somebody that cares. But he's your brother. Grover yelled. So? You think I'm a hero or something? Ignoring what else they said, Naruto quickly got out a manga and walked to leave out of the place, walking directly past the 1v1. Percy and Ares' eyes widened as they saw him walk past. Ares called out to him, where do you think you're going, punk? Naruto kept walking and flipped him off without looking back. Getting pissed, Ares set the police and the book the blonde was reading on fire. Naruto looked down at his hand to see his manga burning. Everything stopped, even in the wind. Then Percy and Ares felt a huge amount of killing intent that would make Kurama sweat. Percy was on his knees, fighting to keep his food from coming back out. Images and images of his death played out in his mind. Ares was wobbling seeing his death, which he would usually scoff at because he was immortal, but this was something different. Fukuku, you picked the wrong motherfucker to mess with today, God, Naruto chided in a sinister voice, saying the word God with disgust. He walked up to Ares, with his eyes shadowed, and unsealed a scroll to take out an actual katana. Are you as immortal as they say? Let's find out, shall we? Naruto didn't like using this blade, but this was a special occasion. Fairy tale manga shall be avenged. Naruto dodged a strike from Ares' Greek sword. Ares was still wobbling, so his arm was extended too much out and not enough time to pull it back. In a yellow flash, Naruto passed Ares, and he stood there for a second before a thud hit the sand. Pain reeling Ares back into reality, screamed and cursed so loud that probably Zeus could hear it. Looking down at his arm, he saw itcher flowing out and just a bloody stump and the rest of his arm on the ground. Ares' eyes unfogged and the control that was over him vanished. You two got lucky today, brats. Ares exclaimed and was about to leave before water grabbed him. Where do you think you're going, Naruto questioned as the water bended to his will. The shitty author gave me some time to play, this is cliché of me fighting you though, but whatever. Hailing, Ares was thrown into the water and was being suffocated before Kurama came up and grabbed him from out of the water and threw him onto the sand. Seeing the sword Naruto held, his eyes widened knowing Naruto was dead serious on killing something. Walking over to Naruto, Kurama slapped the shit out of him with all of his tails. Instantly the Kai died down and now what the hell you shitty, stuffed animal. Came out of Naruto's mouth while rubbing his cheek. You were rampaging again, Kurama said lazily. Looking around, Naruto noticed it was true, with Percy nearly unconscious and Ares on the ground spitting up water. Before Naruto could say something, Ares started getting brighter and brighter showing of his godly form. Naruto closed his eyes and when he opened them, Ares was gone. Shitty bastard didn't even have the courtesy to buy me another one, Naruto mumbled angrily. Deadpanning, Kurama said, well you did lop of his arm and almost drown him. Like I give two flying shits, he burned my fucking manga. Naruto yelled. You're 15, you should stop reading those already you dumbass, Kurama responded. Boy, you can never be too old for Shonen Jump. Especially for Lucy's tits. Naruto said sagely. Annabeth and Grover utterly astonished. When Ares burnt Naruto's manga everything seemed to stop. Suddenly Percy was on his knees gasping for deep breath and Ares was staggering. In a yellow flash Naruto seemed to be behind Ares, with the latter's arm on the ground. Not only that Naruto controlled the water to throw Ares into the sea, planning on drowning him, but then the fox came and seemed to snap Naruto out of his little rage moment. They rushed over to check Percy and saw him barely conscious. Throwing some water on him, Percy should have been instantly rejuvenated, but the killing intent was more mental and emotional than physical, so it would take a while to feel good again. After a couple minutes Percy was able to stand up again, with a bit of help from Annabeth and Grover. Three Furies arrived on the sand as they watched the interaction between younglings and Ares. "That was an interesting fight to say the least," one of them said. "Indeed, but now we know you were not the one to take either of the objects, Percy Jackson," said Alecto. Percy gave them the Helm of Darkness and said to take it back to his uncle. Before departing Alecto said, "Live well Percy Jackson. Become a true hero. Because if you do not, if you ever come in my clutches again." Percy shivered and nodded, "But you elder son of Poseidon, watch your step, because if not you'll fall into that darkness again." It was silent as they watched him leave, but man, what kind of bullshit cliché advice was that, you shitty vulture? Naruto yelled, and the Fury looked back to glare on the blonde. It did not have time to mess with a demigod, but if she did. They flew off, leaving the group of five alone. It was silent before Naruto said, "Well, off to go see if I still have my apartment in the NYC. Later bitches." As he walked away with Kurama tagging along. "Shouldn't we ask Kai?" Percy started before Annabeth said they needed to return the lightning bolt before Zeus declares war. Realizing she was right, Percy looked over at the retreating figure of Naruto one last time before going the opposite way. "Boy Kurama, where are we?" Naruto questioned after a couple hours. "You dumbass, you don't even know where you're going," Kurama yelled. Naruto cleaned his ear while he said, "You're too loud, you stupid fox. Where's Isobu? He's nice and not as loud." "TCH, that stupid turtle wouldn't know socializing if it hit him," Kurama exclaimed. "Well, anyways, get on and we'll be in that city in a couple hours." Agreeing, Naruto got on Kurama and then Kurama sped off to the NYC. It took a couple hours to get there because if Kurama went any faster Naruto would have flown off and he wouldn't even notice till miles later. Thinking about it, he probably should have went faster. "Boy, I know what you're thinking, shitty rabbit ears. You can't leave me, I'm the main fucking character," Naruto yelled out as they were walking towards his apartment. Kurama's sweat dropped but then growled. He did not have rabbit ears. They were fox ears. "Hey brat. Where have you been? You have paid rent in years," yelled a lady as came out from the bar under his apartment with blonde pigtails and a rather sizable bust. She also had a purple diamond on her forehead which was accompanied with brown eyes. "Shut up, you old hag. I did pay rent," Naruto yelled back. "Yay, and I'm a super powerful ninja who runs a village," she exclaimed sarcastically. "Some nice lady with red hair came by to pay your rent, so consider yourself lucky, you shitty brat." Before Naruto could think on what was said, all of three of them heard, "Naruto. Is that my little boy? What the fuck? What the hell is mom doing here? Shit, Kurama, we gotta go. I haven't talked to her in." Naruto was cut off by sickly sweet voice, "In 2 years, isn't that right, Naru-chan?" The beautiful woman, named Kushina, walked downstairs with waist-length red hair and violet eyes. She and Naruto had the same face shape, but you can say it worked better for her at least. Kurama's laughed at the misfortune Naruto had. He was either super lucky or shit out of luck. The luck goddess loved to fuck with Poseidon's sons. "Oh hey Kachan, how's it going?" Naruto asked rather nonchalant, but inside he was thinking, fuck, what the hell do I say? I haven't seen her in 2 years and she still looks the same. Did she get stuck in some time bullshit too? 2 years shouldn't be a big change, but she should at least look older. Naruto was cut off from his mother hugging him tightly. "Where have you been? Do you have any girlfriends? Are you drinking? Drugs? Are you hurt? Are you eating enough?" Kushina rambled on, asking questions on Naruto's health and well-being. Naruto flushed, a mother's love. I forgot how it felt, he thought. "TCH, stop worrying Kachan, I can take care of myself," Naruto said indignantly. "I'm not a little kid, Dadabeo." "I beg to differ," Kurama chirped in. "Ain't no one asked you, you stupid fox," Naruto yelled heatedly. "Hello Kurama, you have been taking care of Naruto, right?" Kushina asked, with a hidden message. Kurama hesitated but nodded. He did not feel like getting beat up. Seeing what would happen, Naruto said, "Oi, quickly." Naruto was quickly cut off from Kurama, slapping him with his tails. Tsunade was surprised, the shitty brat had a beautiful and kind mom and a talking fox. Surprised she was, but she didn't judge. "Whatever, I'm out of here, just remember to parent, brat," Tsunade said as she walked back into the bar. "Hey, you're still not dead, you old hag," Naruto said lazily. "TCH, watch your mouth, brat," she yelled as she walked in. "Well, now that I know you're fine, I'll be heading back to the house, Naru-chan," Kushina said. "Hey, get out of here already," Naruto replied lazily. Kushina smiled and then out of nowhere she hit the back of his head with a frying pan. Ow. Fuck, son of a bi. Naruto was cut off from cursing by another smack on the head. Don't speak to your mother that way. And watch the language, young man. Kushina yelled. Yes, Ka-chan, my bad. Naruto said looking down as he got scolded. Ahahaha. Kurama laughed. Seeing the brat get hit by his mother and get scolded was comedy gold. After some more scolding and motherly advice, Kushina waved down a taxi and left. Naruto was still rubbing his head as he walked the car leave, mumbling about crazy women in stupid pants. Naruto looked up and saw that the clouds were parting rather quickly and the sun started to shine down. Seems like Aquaman Jr. did something right after all, he muttered. Now the sun was shining right on his eyes and getting brighter by the second. Flipping off the sun, knowing the god could see it, went upstairs into his apartment accompanied by Kurama still snickering. About a month has passed when Naruto heard a knock on his door. Naruto sighed. He hoped it wasn't another person for a job. He just wanted to read manga and listen to George Michael all day. And eat sweets and drink strawberry milk. Maybe he should do something. He went to go buy a new gaming system which kept him up all night, so that took up most of his time. Ignoring people who paid money for a hardcore gaming day, he had no regrets. He needed food, he thought as he heard his stomach rumble. When was the last time he ate? Like a week ago. Oh well, Urza was in a bunny outfit, so too bad for his stomach and the poor bastards waiting outside. Boy, no one's home, I'm a ghost, go away before I haunt you, Naruto said with a bit of blood dripping down his nose. Another knock. Another sigh. More blood. Another knock. What the fuck? Aren't they afraid of ghosts? Deciding to handle this face to face, he reluctantly got up and made his way to the door. He opened it and said, Oi, you shouldn't go messing with ghosts, didn't your mom teach you not to mess with ghosts, he questioned disinterestedly. See, I told you Bianca he wouldn't change. Whatever, it's not a good thing you won, you know. Whatever, I won the bet though. We didn't even bet anything. Their bickering stopped as they heard the door slam. Fuck, how did they find me? No, that doesn't matter now, I need to get out of here. I am not no damn babysitter. Shit, Kurama, escape plan alpha. Kurama. After hearing no response, Naruto cursed. Where the hell was the shitty fox in the first place? Naruto was too busy talking to himself when the door opened and two kids walked in. Seeing that he didn't know they were there, Bianca and Naiko decided to tackle him. Damn, I just need some toilet paper and glue for that one, but Naruto was cut off from mumbling when he felt weight bring him to the ground. Naruto, we found you. An excited Naiko yelled in glee as he saw his older brother figure. Boy, you brats, get off of me. Quickly getting off, Naruto stared at them intently. Naiko smiled when Naruto looked at him and then his eyes went to Bianca. Bianca blushed under his gaze and noticed his eyes were still dead. She sighed, she wished that he would just. Boy, brats, you want to be my workers? Naruto asked randomly. I'll pay you not, Naruto said and mumbled the last part under his breath. Sure. No, Naiko, we can't, we're about to start school in a couple of weeks. I'll name you Shinpachi and you Kagura. But your personalities are completely different. Alright, you're Kagura and you're Shinpachi. Naruto was hit on the head for that one. Don't give me boy names, you idiot, the cap-wearing girl said. Yay, and I'm not a girl, Naiko exclaimed, nodding his head. Then get out and go run along, I have work to do, Naruto said in an annoyed tone. The duo deadpanned, no you don't. Are you implying that I have no work to do? Yes. Well, you're right, Naruto said. Oi, do something useful and get me something to eat, Naruto said lazily. Well, boink, ow, what was that for? Naiko questioned as he got cut off from his sister elbowing him in the stomach. We got you something to eat, Naruto, Bianca said while flushing a bit. What is it? Naruto questioned. We got you some ramen and dessert. Naiko replied excitedly. Naruto stared at them and then suddenly patted their heads like they were dogs. Oh, you put on your resume that you two saved a great Naruto-sama's life. After eating his food, Naruto walked out of the apartment followed by the siblings. After walking for a couple minutes, Naiko asked, Naruto, where are we going, huh? Boy, you two are still here. He deadpanned. Duh. The siblings yelled. Well, what are you? Naruto was cut off from yelling and footsteps coming their way. Naruto's eyes widened as he saw the person and what was behind him. The guy with a weird hairstyle, wearing his sunglasses, but they were sliding down his nose to reveal red eyes. He wore a black shirt with a red and white symbol, with shorts and some boots. A golden katana was sheathed in his hands. Behind him was 4 hellhounds. Size ranging from a large grizzly bear to garbage truck. Glowing red eyes locked onto Naruto and the children of Hades. Boy, Naruto team, let's go find a place to talk. The person casually said as he was not running from bloodthirsty hellhounds. Damn it, Sauce, you always gotta bring shit to me, don't ya? It's not Sauce, it's Sasuke. Sasuke yelled, annoyed by the blonde. Fuck that, I'm getting out of here. Naruto said as he started running down the street, leaving behind a curious but excited Naiko and a worried Bianca. Sasuke passed them with the hellhounds right on his tail. Hades' children were the only demigods safe from the hellhounds, so they passed them without a second thought. Did you see that, Bianca? They were so cool. She gave him a look that said, what is wrong with you? Come on Naiko, let's head back to Naruto's apartment, she said worriedly. She really wanted to find Naruto, but she doubted she or Naiko could do anything to help. Wrong she was. Damn it, Bianca, you could have told them to go away. Stupid ass author. If I die I'm hunting you. Naruto yelled out randomly as he ran into an abandoned building. Oh good, now we can talk. Sasuke exclaimed. Gathering lightning in his palm, chirping sounds were heard. Sasuke turned behind him and stabbed 3 of the dogs in the heart, yelling Chidori. Dissolving into dust, he heard a growl behind him, so he unsheathed his sword and sent lightning through it. Chidori's stream. Lightning went right through the hellhound right past Naruto's head. Oh you shitty bastard. You made my hair freak out. Naruto yelled as he was messing with hair because it was standing straight up due to the static. Calm down, drama queen. Sasuke rolled his eyes. DCH, whatever now, what the hell do you want, oh legacy of Zeus? Naruto sighed as he was still trying to fix his hair. Sasuke grunted, you know I hate that. I know, that's why I say it, idiot. Whatever, I heard your brother has made his debut already. No duh. It was the first chapter, idiot. DCH, he's been poisoned by Luke. Puke. Son of herpes, right? Sasuke chuckled, yay, that's the one. Naruto stared at him while picking his nose. Sasuke sighed, you don't care, right? Naruto remarked, oh, was it that hard to find out? Sasuke grunted, Luke is planning on to overthrow the god and I was planning on him joining us. And you came here to invite me again, right? Naruto sighed. He plans on reviving Kronos. Sasuke murmured. Naruto mused at the thought. Poor bastard was going to give up his body for this cause. Sauce, you gotta know when to stop fighting. I fought in that war with you too, but it seems it screwed you more over than me. But that was probably Nemesis' curse on your clan, but we already tried overthrowing the Olympians, and how did that work out? Damn it, Sasuke. Sasuke responded with a sigh and a bit of anger at the goddess of vengeance. He knew Naruto wouldn't budge. But that bullshit cliché speech is what I would say if I wanted to be a hero. Sasuke smirked, so is that a yes? Let me think about, bastard, after all even the main character can die, so I better be careful to Bayo. Sasuke looked at him. We're gonna get sued because of you. Boy, bastards can try, but I'm Rick James, bitch. Oh, and broken now, you just ripped of Dave Chappelle, like what the hell, jackass, are you trying to get rid of the fan fiction? Fuck yeah I am, if I wasn't for this I'd be home reading manga. They glared at each other and started walking away in the opposite directions. Sauce, we're in for a hell of a ride. And oh, fix your stupid ass hair. Naruto thought. It's not Sauce, it's Sasuke team. Sasuke thought back, completely disregarding the comment about his hair. After leaving Sasuke, Naruto started walking back to his apartment and on his way he saw a manga store. Holy fuck. Akashi gets his Emperor Eye back. Damn, the Jabberwocks are screwed now. Naruto muttered as he flipped a page. What? That's all. Stupid cliffhangers. After a couple minutes the door to the entrance opened up. Naruto was searching for a manga to read in the shelves when his hand went to his wooden sword, no innuendo jackasses. And was about to pull it out of its sheath when a hand suddenly stopped it. He then felt a sword poking his back. Hey, it's been a while, Naruto, no need to get so hasty. Naruto blankly looked ahead. What the hell, is this, a high school reunion? He drawled out. It seems you are gonna die in the last book. Naruto muttered absent-mindedly. The mysterious figure sweat dropped. What fucking book? Still fucking crazy, I see. Says the one killed demigods for no reason. The person was amused. So it seems you've heard of my exploits, even though no one else knows, huh? The person stood behind Naruto, almost as tall as him, wearing a full set of imperial gold armor. How no one noticed that Naruto wouldn't know, it was probably the mist. He had a mop of brown hair with green eyes, which made Naruto think of his half-brother. But this guy's eyes looked like green shit. He had a broken nose accompanied by a sinister smile. Bryce Lawrence, a legacy of Orcas, stood behind Naruto. It seems I might be banished if the investigation continues, but no worries, because that only means I have more time to have fun. He chuckled darkly. Boy, you're sounding like a pedophile. Was Naruto's only response to the psychopathic demigod. Hey. Even I draw the line there. I just like to kill people. The gods are the cradle robbers. Naruto agreed on that. If Naruto didn't know any better he would have thought this guy was a son of Ares. Okay. Naruto said sarcastically. Now why the hell am I so popular today, what the hell do you want? Naruto questioned lazily while looking for some manga. Bryce grunted. The old prune Danzo wants you join again. Now that old bastard is definitely a pedophile, like what the hell. He's surrounded by young dudes all day. Fuck no, I ain't going back. No, 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 he said he wanted you back at all cost. Bryce chided as he reached for his weapon, which was a sword. Come on, your eyes still have those lifeless look. I'm pretty sure you have no one that cares for you and you wouldn't care for anybody. Boy, I have no problems on kicking your ass, Rice. Naruto replied lazily, but his body was tensing. The legacy of Orca started laughing. Ooh, I know I'm no match for you, but a chance to hurt you. Can't pass that up. He grinned evilly. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Hey Naruto. There you are. We were surprised we found you so close to the apartment. Stated probably the last person Naruto wanted to see, accompanied by the second last person he wanted to see. The children of Hades walked into the store. Naruto cursed under his breath. How the hell do these brats keep finding him? Like for real, that's the second time. Bryce raised his eyebrows in cold amusement. So it seems the blonde has some followers. Bianca was the first to notice the teenager dressed in gold armor. She wearily looked at him and then to Naruto. Naruto's face was masked with a bored look, but Bianca noticed his body was tense. How did she know? It wasn't like she stared at him sometimes. Suo Naruto, would you come with me now? Bryce asked. Are you stupid? I said no, you dumbass. But Naruto had an idea where Rice-chan was going with this. You sure I wouldn't mind killing two brats that seem attached to you? Bryce said with a barely contained bloodlust. Bianca's eyes widened and Naiko was just intrigued by the guy wearing armor. He looked so cool. Oi, where in fucking hell is the next One Piece volume? Naruto sighed out. Bianca and Bryce sweat dropped. Really? Then a couple things happened at once. First, Deus Ex Machina happened to Naiko and Bianca. Two orange tails grabbed them and pulled them away. Next Naruto grabbed the sword with his bare hands. What the hell, I can't move it. Bryce thought. He was cut off from saying something when Naruto turned around and punched him in the gut hard. He fell to his knees gasping for breath. When he looked up, he saw a brief moment of something flash in Naruto's eyes. He saw his mouth move, but his ears couldn't hear what he was saying. Hey. He wheezed out. I hope that fox isn't taking them to your apartment, BB, because I planted a special present. He tried to laugh while still catching his breath. Naruto's eyes widened. He made his way out of the store and started running back to his apartment. He still had his fucking manga there. Not to mention a fridge full of strawberry milk. Kurama was having a fucking fantastic week. Not only could he go wherever he wanted, but he found that the mist made him a human form. Well, he got to go to a casino and take people's money when they weren't looking. He also saw a familiar brat with red hair and gourd on his back, but it was aura that reminded him of a certain Tanuki. And other gods. Besides that, he got to fight some humans in an underground ring type of deal. The skulls he bashed in, then he came walking around and felt bloodlust. The fucked up kid was about to kill the two brats the blonde was fond of, even though he'll probably never admit it. He was gonna take them to the apartment, but he smelled someone else in there. It smelled like Naruto and his brother, but something was off. Boy, you shitty fox, where you've been. Ain't no time, gotta save my manga. A yellow blur passed Kurama. Wait, Naruto, never mind. Hey, you're that shitty fox Naruto always talks about, right? Naiko asked excitedly. Kurama's eye twitched and started was mumbling about shitty blondes and shitty sea gods, while Naiko got hit on the head for his language courtesy of Bianca. Well, you flesh bags, you're in the presence of the mighty Kurama. And don't listen to what that shitty blonde says. The nine-tailed fox stated. Bianca would have hit the fox too, but it's not every day you see nine-tailed fox that could talk. So Mr. Kurama, how do you know Naruto? Bianca asked politely. Kurama snorted and said, well, at least someone has manners. Boy, where did I put the rest of those scrolls? Here it is. Oh no, that's the latest edition of Playboy, fuck it, I'll take it with me. Naruto was searching his room for the special scrolls that Hikage gave him to save his manga. Wait, shouldn't he look for the bomb instead? Nah, that's even more work. Boy, here it is. Naruto started sealing his manga when he noticed a volume was missing. He walked into the living room and saw a random ass dude with a big ass sword on his back. Reading his fucking fairy tale manga. Boy, you shitty robber, give back my manga. The person turned around and Naruto saw his face. Half of it was covered in bandages, with spiky black hair and brown eyes. Boy, who you calling shitty, you stupid blonde? Are you stupid too? You're the only one in here, dumbass. Naruto yelled back. Drrr, I have no problem killing you, asshole. The person said while reaching for his sword. The sword looked like a butcher knife but on steroids. Fuck off and give me my manga. Naruto replied. Fuck it, I'ma kill you anyways. Then the room started getting misty. It was so thick that Naruto could barely see anything. He headed towards his door and went outside, but it was there too. His eyes widened as he felt the mist on his skin and realized it was water. This guy, Naruto thought. Did his dad have another one? Fukuku, a descendant of Asinus, if you're wondering. A voice around Naruto said. The blonde couldn't pinpoint his location. He got his bakken and was waiting. Then he suddenly jumped up and then he heard a whoosh sound come from under him. But before he can act on it, a voice rung out again. Kukuku, nice reflexes, let's see how long it lasts. Fuck this. Naruto yelled. Wind started blowing around him and the mist cleared just in time to see the Douch's sword going straight for him. Naruto barely managed to dodge it and a few blonde hairs were cut off. They were in the middle of the street, cars were honking at them, no doubt the mist going into effect. Seems my stealth approach didn't work, but whatever, straight up fighting is always better. The man grinned under his bandages. Boy, I need to go find that bomb. Naruto yelled. Bomb? Yes, bomb. Idiot, there is no bomb. The man snorted. Seriously, was this kid stupid? DCH lying bastard. Naruto muttered. Hey, whatever, name is Zabuza Mamachi and the blade here that's gonna kill you is Kubikurumj. And with that, Zabuza ran after Naruto with sword in hand. Naruto's eyes widened as Zabuza was in front of him in an instant. Barely dodging and Naruto shouted out, eat my fist no jutsu. He socked Zabuza in the face hard. DCH, you got a mean right hook, I'll give you that, brat. Zabuza said as he stumbled back a little. The bandages had a little bit of blood on them. Oh wow, I'm fucking ecstatic, thanks. Naruto said sarcastically. Instead of answering, a fire hydrant exploded and formed into a giant water dragon. Naruto's eyes widened as he saw it. This is all the feared yellow demon has. What a joke, I need to get somewhere, kid, so let's cut this short. Water dragon bullet. He shouted. And with that, the dragon went towards Naruto. He tried to manipulate the water so he could control it, but the mask fucker had good control over it. Naruto braced himself for impact when he saw a rock fly towards Zabuza's head. The son of Hades stood trying to look angry but failing when his eyes went back to the water dragon. Hey, what do you think you're trying to do? Naruto is a jerk, so why does he get to play with a dragon made out of water? Everyone deadpanned at the boy's misconception. Boy Kurama, why aren't you helping? Naruto yelled to the fox who was just chilling on the floor. You say something. DRR, stupid fox. TCH, whatever, thanks Pico, now I can try out something I always wanted to do. Naruto smirked evilly. The minute Zabuza got hit by the rock, his control faltered, but that was all Naruto needed. The dragon hit Naruto and Zabuza laughed while Bianca gasped in worry. Why didn't he move? But then the water started to spin a spiral and shrink down to the point where they saw Naruto eating the water like ramen. Naruto was done and smirked, but before anyone could say anything he shouted out, water dragon roar. The water that he ate up came back out at high speeds heading straight for Zabuza. His eyes widened as he realized it was too late to do anything about it. DRR, fuck you, blondie. And with that, the water hit him and forced him back. But it didn't end there. The force of the water was so great that it went through an abandoned building behind him. The building was old, so it collapsed almost instantly on Zabuza. Naruto heard police sirens in the distance. Naruto planned on jetting the scene but was breathing too hard and his lungs felt like they were on fire. Ironic, right? Hey Naruto, are you alright? Bianca asked. Today was a crazy day for her. She needed to ask Naruto if what the fox said was true. Flashback. Well, I smell the underworld on you, so what are you two? Children of that overgrown vampire, Hades, right? Kurama asked curiously. What are you talking about? Oh, Hades. Naruto gave me the figure. You want to play? Kurama's eyes widened as he realized the brats didn't know anything. Oh well, might as well break their reality, Kurama thought. Alright brats, listen up. That dumbass Naruto should have explained this to you already, knowing the dangers of being children of one of the big three, but he didn't. He ignored the ground rumbling. The Greek gods are real and you two are the children of Hades. Don't believe me? Kurama asked towards the girl. The boy seemed to already accept and had a goofy grin on his face. The ground rumbled again. Ask Naruto, but remember those hellhounds. Remember that armored-clad brat earlier? How Naruto and this guy have power over water. Mist started to envelope the area and Bianca had a lot to think about. End of flashback. She didn't know what to think, but she needed to know. Fuck, do I look alright? He panted. He got hit in the back for that one. Able to breath or not, don't cuss in front of Nico. Hey Naruto. Are Greek gods real? Are we children of Hades? Are we? An excited Nico asked Naruto. The ground rumbled. Naruto's eyes widened and he turned to glare at Kurama coldly. Kurama coolly stared back. There seemed to be a debate going on between the two, but eventually Naruto turned away and sighed. Realizing they were waiting for an answer, Naruto took a breath. Allow me to answer that, Naruto. A new voice inquired. Turning, they saw an older man sitting in a wheelchair. The man had bushy eyebrows and thinning brown hair. He also had intense brown eyes that felt almost teacher-like. Oh boy, the Pony Express is here. Kurama muttered. Naruto stifled a laugh. Nice to see you're doing well, Kurama. The man stated. Chiron, I guess you're here to. Naruto trailed off. Yes, Hades asked me too. The man named Chiron said. TCH bastard. The ground rumbled. Well whatever, brats, go with Chiron, he'll answer your questions. Naruto stated as he walked back towards his apartment. But wait Naruto, we don't even what's going on? Bianca asked frustrated. Naruto stopped walking as he listened to her. We found you because we wanted to spend time, but then giant dogs came, we lost you, then we found you again, and just everything going on has my head spinning. She said looking down frustrated. TCH, I'm only doing this because you won't remember. Confused about ask what she meant, but then she felt strong arms around her. Smelling salt and ramen with a bit of sweets, she looked up to see bright blonde hair. Blushing furiously as she realized what was going on, that Naruto was hugging her. And it felt good, she felt secure and safe. It felt nice. Then she felt a pinch on her neck and darkness consumed her vision. The same happened with Naiko. Parrying Bianca, Naruto walked over to the car Chiron arrived in. Kurama brought Naiko upside down with his tails. Putting them in the car, Chiron said, it was good seeing you again Naruto, and that you're doing good, but I wished we met again under better circumstances. TCH, just get out of here already before you're my horse for a race. Sighing, Chiron walked back to the car and got in and was about to leave, but not before saying, they'll remember you, but once their roles in fate come to play. And with that he drove off. Suo about that hug, Kurama trailed off with a smirk. Boy, don't let your mind wander, chew toy. Kurama's smirk fell immediately. You bastard, if anything you're the chew toy compared to me. That's real convincing coming from someone I'm looking down at. Alright, you wanna fight Uzumaki? Because you're asking for can of Wu Pass. Boy, I already got the can opener, jackass. And with that Naruto gathered the leftover water and splashed it all over Kurama. You bastard, I'm not playing Neptune with you. Kurama yelled to the laughing Naruto. Boy, I'm not into bestiality, asshole. And this pretty much went on the entire day. 11 months later. Our favorite blonde was currently scrambling to do homework while his mother was keeping his manga hostage. Why was he doing it? Because the teachers were lenient enough to let him pass if he did all of his work and got a good grade on it. That was about 2 weeks ago. Why was he scrambling? Because he waited to the last day to do it. You see, about a month after that incident his mom came back saying that she enrolled him to school. Naruto brushed it off and told her to leave. His thoughts changed once a pan was introduced to his face. Naruto barely managed to get by school. Luckily a descendant of Athena was in all of his classes. While the boy might not be as smart as children or even legacies of Athena, he was still fucking smart. Naruto skipped school a couple times, but he quit after his mother threatened not to make any more ramen. Nothing exciting happened over the past months besides Sauce leaving a message saying soon. Kurama went and gone whenever he pleased. But lately the weather had been bad. Thunderstorms went every other night and Naruto wondered who made Sparky so pissed. He thought he was the only one who could do that. Boy, mom, I'm done. You can leave now. Ashina walked over to look at the work. After a minute she smiled and said, I'm so proud of you, Sachi. You did very good work on this. And hugged him. Naruto lightly blushed and said, give my manga back already, would ya? Hi, I'll go drop this off. She said excitedly. After about 30 minutes Naruto heard a knock on his door. Oi, go away and never haunt this doorstep again. Or I'll send you to Soul Society. After about 10 seconds the door was kicked open by Sasuke. You bastard. You could have knocked. I did. You should have answered. I did. No, you didn't. It too. Did not. It too. Did not. Did not. It too. Grr, you bastard. Sasuke yelled in frustration. Naruto smirked smugly. Sasuke sighed, pack your bags, we're going to the Sea of Monsters. What for? The Golden Fleece. Do I have to? Fairy Tail just got attacked by a Geel, I have to wait for the next update. No, now come on, I have some sweets you can eat. Boy, don't treat me like a dog, Sauce, I can still kick your ass. Naruto said as they walked out. But Sasuke, not Sauce. Bring up me hearties, yo ho. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. Naruto sang. Sasuke looked over to him and noticed his apparel. He was dressed exactly like Jack Sparrow. Just that his blonde hair wasn't as long. Where did you get that getup? You were literally still in your Goku outfit like 10 seconds ago. The power of being the main character, bitch. Drink up me hearties, yo ho. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. Sasuke sighed, it was going to be a long trip. Damn right it's going to be Sauce. It's Sasuke, not Sauce, damn it. Boy, who are we waiting for? Naruto asked in a bored tone, they've been waiting for 30 minutes at a harbor and he was starting to get annoyed. Calm down, he should be here any second now, he had something to take care of. Sasuke replied calmly. Boy, I had something to take care of too, but you still made me come. Sasuke sighed in annoyance. Why did he bring him again? Oh yeah, the blonde was a good fighter, or at least he hoped he still was under that laziness. Not to mention that he could control the water and that the other son of the sea might be there. Hey stupid hair kid. I'm here. Yelled a man. Sasuke's eyebrow twitched in annoyance. It's not stupid hair kid, it's Sasuke. Naruto's eyes widened as he saw who it was. It was that same bastard Zabuza from earlier. Zabuza also came to the same conclusion and immediately pulled out his sword from his back. Oi oi oi, what's this shitty mummy doing here? Hey, who you calling shitty, you stupid brat? What's this dumbass blonde doing here anyways? Dumbass. I'll have you know I have more than a 5th grade education, unlike someone here that looks like he's compensating for something. DRR, you shitty brat. I passed the 5th grade too. And I'm not. Hey, you're sounding real defensive here. Alright, that's it. I'm killing you. Sasuke merely sighed in annoyance. It seems the two idiots already knew each other. This was gonna be a longer trip than he thought. Hey, why do we need ask him for help? Percy asked in bewilderment. Wasn't one son of the sea enough for the Sea of Monsters? Percy, Annabeth started with a sigh, the Sea of Monsters is unlike any other, so we should ask Naruto to help, since he might be able to help in any problems we come in contact with. Besides, you should want to spend time with him. It's a miracle he's still alive, being a child of the big three. Ugh, but you met him too. He's a jerk. Percy exclaimed. Whatever, we're here now, so let's see if he answers, Annabeth replied back. How did you even find this place? Percy asked. I have my ways, she said with a smirk. Well, more like her mother had ways. Walking up the stairs, the duo came to a door and knocked. They heard noises from inside and then the lock click and then the door opened. A red-haired woman came out and looked at them with surprise. Percy lightly blushed noticing the woman's beauty, but there was something familiar in that face. Hello, we were wondering if Naruto Uzumaki is here. Annabeth asked in a polite tone, at the same time also thinking who this woman was. Well, hello. Naruto's not here right now, but I know who is asking for him. I'm his mother. The woman asked with a warm smile. The duo's eyes widened. Who would have thought the jerk would have had a kind and beautiful mom? So that's why you looked familiar. Percy said aloud in triumph. Well, we're demigods. I'm Naruto's Ha. He got cut off from sharp elbow to the side. He turned to look at Annabeth and she gave him "Are you stupider than I thought you were" look. It was Kushina's turn for her eyes to widen. She never thought she'd meet other Greek demigods just like her son. But why did she feel a familiar aura around this boy, like her son and his father have? Well, that's a surprise. Never thought I'd meet another one, just like Naru-chan. She said with a warm smile after she got over her initial shock. Like I said, he's not here, right? Left me one of those misty messages, said he was going on a trip with Sauce or someone like that, she told the demigods. Oh well, thank you, sorry to have bothered you, but if you can tell Naruto we were looking for him, please, Annabeth asked politely. Will do. After they said the goodbye, Percy and Annabeth walked behind the building into an alley. Brother, you back? Someone said with a goofy grin. Tyson. Percy's other half-brother. Except Tyson only had one eye and was half Cyclops. He towered over Percy and Annabeth also, being well over 6 feet would do that. At least he had a better attitude than another certain blonde. Annabeth sighed, looks like we're gonna have to call the sisters again to get us back to camp. Percy paled and Tyson clapped his hands happily. Naruto. Said Percy stopped reading his manga for a second to look over to Sasuke. Don't you want to know why we're getting the fleece? Sasuke asked with a raised eyebrow. He was anticipating the blonde to ask that, he would have before, but now it seemed like he didn't care. He still has that dead look in his eyes, Sasuke thought. Naruto went back to reading his manga and mused over the question. Did he really want to know? Sasuke wasn't crazy, he knew to stop if something was gonna go too far. Hey, fuck it, tell me, Naruto said. 2 words were all that he needed to realize how serious Sasuke was about this. Madara-cha. Fuck. The second man to achieve godlike power and challenge the gods directly. Blessed by foreign gods, he and his clan achieved great power which greatly enhanced their already top-notch fitness in all aspects, but Madara was the only one that achieved godlike power. But with that power came a price. His brother died and his clan started to die out and the little that were left turned his back to him. Blaming the gods for his loss, he alone had a campaign to end the gods' rule. Demi and even some gods tried to take him down, but they were the ones to go down instead. Only one Olympian took him on, and that was the god of war, Ares, under his father's orders. Too bad Ares came back defeated. Well, that's not saying much, saying his half-brother beat him in the books, he thought. Only one person was able to defeat him. Well, I know the gods ruined us, but aren't you taking it a bit too far? A new voice inquired. Zabuza walked out into the deck right in time to hear Sasuke's game plan. Better than reviving the Titan of Time, Sasuke replied. Oi, puke is reviving that old wrinkly bastard. Naruto asked in a surprised tone. Don't act so surprised. I told you that already. Sasuke yelled. Oi, you though me or the author of this story was paying attention. Oi, what the hell are you doing here, water boy? Naruto asked sarcastically to the descendant. Keep the boat going. One Piece is gonna end before we got to the damn island. DRR, you shitty brat, it's your turn. I've been doing this for hours and we're already down to Florida. It's your turn, you haven't done shit since we got on this boat. Oi, I'm not the son of the seaman, am I? Quit trying to get out work, Naruto said in a bored tone. I'm busy, he muttered, flipping a page of Gangsta. What the hell? Yes you are. And you're not doing jack shit. The sword-wielding man yelled back. I got this boat down to Florida, didn't I? Sasuke merely groaned in annoyance from the bickering. This happened every time these two were together. Was this how Zeus felt with his brothers? Because if it was, he felt sorry for him. Sasuke scanned the horizon and he noticed a boat. The Princess Andromeda to be exact. He wasn't going to deal with Luke and his crew. He wanted Luke to join him, but they had more conflicting ideals than Sasuke thought. Hopefully they could just go away unnoticed, and he figured they would. The duo behind him weren't that stupid to go straight towards a random ship, so he closed his eyes. After about 5 minutes of just thinking, Sasuke snapped his eyes open. The duo behind him are that stupid. They were close to the ship now. Close enough to be spotted, they were lucky not to be spotted already. He had to tell them to turn around, but they were still arguing. It never crossed Sasuke's mind to steer the ship himself. Well, look who have here. An Uchiha, a masked man, and Naruto, said a voice above them. Luke Castellan stood above him on the other ships. Blue eyes and blonde hair, each darker than Naruto's, and that shit-eating half-smirk on his face that he always seemed to have nowadays. Not to mention that scar on his face that ruined his pretty boy image or enhanced it, depending on who you asked. Sasuke stared calmly at him and was thinking about if he could find any Maibo out on the island somewhere. Wait, Naruto? I thought you were dead. The son of Hermes asked with surprise. He didn't hear from Naruto after the quest when he stayed so that Luke could leave and survive. Boy, you think he might die from an overgrown lizard? Think again, buddy boy, before I go over there and slap that scar off you face. Luke deadpanned, still a Casanova I see. Besides, what's with the Jack Sparrow look? I'm gonna go find One Piece and become Hokage. Sweat dropping, Luke said, well, besides meeting up with you guys unexpectedly, we also had another little encounter. 2 other sons of the sea with an owl have graciously dropped by. Who? Naruto asked in a bored tone while tapping his foot. He needed some strawberry milk. And sweets. Without them he got a bit jittery, or that could just be his ADHD. Or both. Luke sighed, bring them out. The demigod and 2 monsters came and dragged Team Natsu. Oh wait, that's what he saw in his manga. They dragged Aquaman Jr., an overgrown one-eyed Teletubby, and last and probably the least, the demigod's smartest and probably the most ignorant Annabeth Chase. The people around him snickered quietly and he noticed 2 specific people glaring at him. Oh, and if looks could kill, Annabeth would have sent him to Hades by now. Oops, he must said all of that out loud. Wait, he said 2 sons of the sea, didn't he? Oi, I'm not the smartest guy around, but I only count 1 son of the seaman. I want my damn refund back, you hear? Luke chuckled, well, it seems you haven't been told, this Cyclops is. He was interrupted by Tyson. Hi brother. He said with a cheesy grin on his face. Boy, Zabuza, I think he's talking to you, Naruto staged whispered. Oh fuck you, Blondie. He's talking to you, I can definitely see the family resemblance, Zabuza snickered out. Boy sauce, who the fuck did your mom do it with? Like seriously? Naruto turned to Sasuke. It's Sasuke, not Sauce, and screw you. He's clearly talking to you. Sasuke shouted out. Boy, all head, I know your mom is, Naruto started. Don't you dare finish that sentence, Naruto. Annabeth glared at him. How then you shit out of luck, Cyclops. I ain't your brother. Oh wait, he's a son of Herpes. I get it now. Naruto said while nodding his head. The demigods on the boat snickered quietly. Ha, son of Herpes. Priceless. Luke still had that smirk on his face. Alright, enough playing around, kiddies, you 3 get on this boat and we won't kill you. Boy, puke, you have any strawberry milk? Besides, we're the same age, Naruto asked while picking his ear and not remembering the fact that he didn't age for 2 years. Yes we do actually, but I don't see how that matters, Luke stated in confusion. And you sure don't look like it. Right after he finished that sentence, Naruto was up on the boat faster than lightning. Oi, I'll be your prisoner for now, but I want that fucking strawberry milk now. Percy, Annabeth, Sasuke, Luke, and just about every other demigod deadpanned at the blonde. Who the fuck is willing to be prisoner for strawberry milk? Boy, I'm that fuck willing to be prisoner. You people don't understand the glory of strawberry milk. Clapping his hands, Naruto said, listen up. Let's say you drink too much strawberry milk and have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. But it's cold outside your bed. You don't want to get up, but the urge to urinate is just too strong. You make up your mind to go. You run to the bathroom, stand in front of the toilet, and let loose. You think that all your life has led to this moment. But then you realize. It isn't the bathroom, you're still in bed. That feeling of lukewarm wetness spreads like wildfire. But you don't stop. You can't stop. That's what I'm talking about. That's the truth of the strawberry milk. Do you get it? He yelled out. Now everybody was fucking weirded out. Who the fuck was Naruto Uzumaki? You're fucking god, believe it bitches. And how the hell did he know what they were thinking? Oi, being the main character who can break the fourth wall has its benefits. Luke, who was usually prepared for everything, was left shocked at the craziness that was Naruto Uzumaki. Sasuke just rubbed his forehead, already knowing his eccentric comrade too well. Is Itachi cursing me from the grave? He thought. Well, damn, okay, get him some strawberry milk, boys. Luke motioned, still dumbfounded by the blonde. Sasuke sighed and he looked over to Zabuza. Fine, let's go up for a bit, we could learn more of what Duke is planning on. Whatever. Suo, Percy started out inside the room they were confined to. Looks like Naruto was not someone we needed, huh? He nudged Annabeth. She sighed, okay seaweed brain, gods, you were rigged, she coughed. She couldn't say that to him, then he would think that he was smart. Percy pouted. Well, what are we gonna do now, wise girl? He asked, since his half-brother was absolutely no help whatsoever. Ah bitches, Naruto fucking Uzumaki wins again. Gimme all your milk money. The trio heard from down the hall. Was he playing poker with them? Damn it Londi, you're fucking cheating, I just know it. That's the 5th time in a row you won. Not even the son of the damn mailman has won. Boy, sit down before your blood pressure rises any higher, mummy, Naruto said in a non-caring tone. Even Luke, who just saw this as a harmless game, was getting irritated that the blonde was winning so many times. Sasuke was calmly eating some chips he found, thinking about when the next episode of Deadliest Warrior would come out. After a couple more minutes of playing, 2 demigods came in with some monsters behind them, saying that Percy, Annabeth, and the Cyclops escaped their room. Luke immediately got up and went out the door, followed out by everyone else inside the room that weren't Naruto, Sasuke, nor Zabuza. Naruto was counting all the money he got and stole when they weren't looking. A couple drachmas and grants didn't look too bad to him. Alright, let's go, Sasuke stated as he got up. Alright fine, 2 replies came. Naruto went over to the fridge in the corner of the small room, which only had enough room for a small table and couch, and got the strawberry milk he saw. Opening a carton he drowned it and threw it on the floor. What? He wasn't a fucking maid. Going up the stairs he saw commotion going around the deck and saw a certain kid. He saw a black hair and an eye patch over the left eye. Naruto's eyes widened. Ethan Nakamura, son of Nemesis. If Sasuke saw him now, he'd lose his shit. Oi, our boat is still here, let's ride. Naruto yelled. Sasuke and Zabuza jumped off the ship and landed safely on their boat. Hey, Naruto Uzumaki and his crew are leaving. Yelled out a random demigod. Captain Naruto Uzumaki, jackass, get it right. Naruto yelled back. Damn it Naruto, all my plans fuck up when you're around. Luke said as he got his sword and prepared for a fight. Savvy? Naruto asked. Alright, that's it, you cheap imitation of Jack Sparrow. Boy, you wanna fight, asshole. I beat the scar off your face and send you back to your childhood closet. Luke's face turned an interesting shade of red as he was reminded of his childhood. That's it. You're getting your ass kicked. Too late. And with that Naruto jumped off the ship onto his boat where Sasuke and Zabuza were waiting for him. Well, let's go on with the show, savvy. And with that Sasuke decided to man the boat this time and head off to the island with the golden fleece. Man, I'm so bored. Naruto muttered while he watched the scenery. Nothing but water, and guess what? More fucking water. Damn, he hated it. He should be in his apartment sleeping. Or playing that baddest new game he bought. I should sleep, he said as he got up from the deck and walked inside, down the stairs and faced the hall. A hallway and 3 doors. No sleeping arrangements were made, so fuck it, first room it is. Opening the door, a small bed was in the corner and a small fridge, other than that the room was barren. Ah well, good thing he brought enough manga. Making his way to the bed, he suddenly felt really drowsy. Now the bed looked super comfortable. Well, he did work hard today, getting the boat all the way down to Florida. Yawning, he got on the bed and was out like a knight. Hey Ka-chan, why are we running? Asked a 7-year-old Naruto as he and his mom ran into the woods. Haha, no reason, baby, you like that Gintama manga? She asked, trying to change the subject. She heard a faint roar behind her. Yes, it's the best. Thank you. He said with a full-out grin. Kushina looked him over, he was so small and his eyes so full of life and just so darn adorable, it made her wonder what these monsters got out of killing her baby boy. Naruto dropped his manga trying to keep up with his mother. Uh-oh, he mumbled. "Come on sweetie, I'll buy you another one, leave it and let's go," she said a bit forcefully. The ground rumbled a bit as heavy footsteps got closer. Damn, that bull was faster than she thought. "Come on Naru-chan, let's go." An eagle flew overhead as it screeched. "Ah, so it was Mr. Can't Keep It in My Pants who called this." She looked behind Naruto to see glowing red eyes. "Fuck," she cursed. She was gonna have to fight it. Naruto finally picked his manga and ran to his mother's side when he heard a large puff of hair behind him. Fur around the belly button up and was naked except for Fruit of the Loom underwear. Kushina would have laughed if she wasn't in a dire situation. Red, purple, and bright blue eyes met. The Minotaur let out a loud roar and charged. The scent that the Minotaur smelled on Naruto reminded him of the same one that killed him, which enraged him even more. "Naruto, go hide, I'll find you soon," Kushina yelled as she pushed him behind her. Naruto didn't want to leave his mom behind. What kind of son would he be if he did that? But he believed in his mom, she scared off the giant's doggies not too long ago, she could handle some steak. Steak, it was good but not as good as ramen. He faintly heard running water. So he didn't run too far, only hid behind a tree as he watched a fight between his mom and the bull. He saw a small river to the left of the battle. He watched in awe as golden chains came out of his mom and she used it to help her fight. Getting enraged, the Minotaur picked up a tree and threw it. Dodging it out of instinct, she forgot that Naruto was still in the immediate area. She turned to shout and at Naruto to move out of the way until she felt the Minotaur push her away hard. She heard the sound of the tree crashing into another and her arm bone crack, but not a yell of pain from her baby boy. Oh, thank goodness it hit another tree and not the one Naruto was hiding behind. Naruto's eyes widened as he saw his mom go down. She looked badly hurt from the fight, with bruises here and there, and not to mention her arm at a weird angle from the hard push. The Minotaur changed his sights over to Naruto, realizing that Kushina would be of no nuisance. "Naruto, get out of here," his mom said, with some tears in her eyes due to the pain and a fear of what was gonna happen if Naruto didn't leave right now. Something snapped inside Naruto seeing his mom like that. Something compelled him to walk to the river and his eyes glowed blue. The Minotaur slowly walked towards Naruto. Naruto managed to get in the water and suddenly felt power surge through his very veins. The Minotaur now started charging toward him, intending on ending it quickly. Too bad the half-bull didn't know the kind of power the sons of the sea got from water. Naruto felt the waterfall under his command as he raised the water up to stop the incoming charge. Of course the bull broke right through it, but Naruto was ready, he jumped on the bull's back and tugged on his horn that he had. Normally Naruto would not have been able to pull it off or even last this long against the Minotaur, but the water gave him strength and most likely a certain sea god was watching. Straining greatly, Naruto gave a great pull and it snapped off. Wasting no time, he struck the bull in the head with his own horn and it dissolved into dust. As he walked back to his mother, still holding the horn, he suddenly felt drained. He managed to get to his mother and say, "I'll always protect you, Ka-chan. I promise and I never break a promise." She smiled slightly and then she heard a screech. The eagle that was up earlier was coming down, heading straight for both of them. Naruto heard it too, but too tired to do anything he fell and passed out. He was out like a night light. Luckily for both of them, the water from the river suddenly exploded and grabbed the eagle. Kushina barely was able to see due to fatigue, but she saw a man come out of the water with bright blonde hair and bright blue-green eyes, much like her son. She smiled a bit knowing who it was. "Someone is going to be angry with you," she muttered out. "Let him, if it means my son and my lover live to see another day who I love so much, then let him," the man said with the most seriousness. She smiled slightly and then passed out. Naruto woke up in cold sweat. He remembered that day, he was so fucking scared for his mom. He didn't remember that last part though. Why did he suddenly dream about it? "To remind you," he heard in his head. "Oi, I'm finally going crazy. Fucking ghosts," Naruto said. He looked at the clock. "Damn, it's already 8:15. He said with shock. He went to sleep like at 10 o'clock. He usually didn't get a lot of sleep. Due to his games and manga taking up most of his sleep time. Fucking dreams, and not even good ones with hot chicks, he mumbled. He remembered when Apollo sent 3 girls his way. Wait, no, that's an entirely different fan fiction. He decided to walk upstairs to the deck and read some manga, Deadman Wonderland to be exact. Sasuke and Zabuza were already out there looking to the horizon. "Look at that blondie," Zabuza said to Naruto as he noticed his presence. "If it's fucking water or your favorite animal, the sperm whale, leave me out of it," Naruto said lazily. "You know my hand might accidentally twitch when I'm holding my sword and it'll slice right through your neck," Zabuza replied in annoyance. "Boy, my foot would accidentally be shoved up your ass, except it won't be accidentally. Grr, fuck you. Boy, here's some life-saving advice, go drink some bleach." "And nah, just drink some bleach," Naruto said rather dully. "Isn't that Charybdis?" Sasuke questioned both of them as into reference to the giant whirlpool that they were heading straight towards. How would you look at that, a relative of yours? Zabuza asked with a smirk, knowing who the monster's father was. Boy Sasuke, I think I found Zabuza's twin. Zabuza's eye twitched. The blondie pissed him the fuck off. Whenever he tried to make an insult, he would either brush it off or come back with one of his own that seemed better. Boy, I command my trusty steed Zack to make the monster go away. Naruto stated. My name is not even Zack, and why should I listen to you? Zabuza yelled. Because I'm fucking Captain Naruto Uzumaki. The wind started to pick up violently, and the waves were getting bigger as they got closer. A loud roar that made the wind even pick up faster rattled every bone in their bodies. Shut up, bitch, I'm trying to talk. Naruto yelled back. Sasuke and Zabuza's sweat dropped at the blonde's lack of fear of the monster. They were close enough to see nothing but a huge black maw with some very bad teeth. All of them could tell that the monster didn't brush her teeth at all. Boy, is that a one-piece flag I see down there? Oh no, that's just a pirate flag. No, Sasuke suddenly cut in. You're not gonna go get that stupid flag just so you can have a real pirate ship, he said. You were seriously gonna do that? Zabuza asked in surprise, but then again this guy was fucking crazy. DCH, the gods made you what you are now, huh? Sasuke thought as into reference to Charybdis. More reasons to take the gods, or rather the Olympians, down. What gave them the right to rule over humans? They mostly made life worse for them. Even in the past when gods came down they mostly caused nothing but trouble. Zeus, his godly ancestor, fell in love with women and of course made demi-children. If that wasn't enough problems, Hera's wrath was turned on the women he chose to have an affair with. Shit did not go well for them. Close enough to see the teeth as big as rowboats, had metal pieces, trash, fish, and whatever else was in the ocean. Zabuza, Naruto, get working on calming the water. I'll see if I can place it under an illusion. Sasuke yelled over the roars and wind as he took off his sunglasses, showing his red eyes spinning. Boy, I give orders, I'm the damn captain, how is that hard to remember? But nonetheless Naruto worked alongside Zabuza on trying to calm the waves. Way harder than they thought it would be. Boy, do something, you shitty mummy. Naruto shouted to Zabuza. The response was cut off from another roar. Shit, no good, I can barely see and we're not close enough, Sasuke thought. Luckily the water duo managed to calm the immediate waves around them, but if the monster roared again, it would be another struggle. Better than Naruto's brother at least, who couldn't calm anything. At least Scylla hasn't made her appearance. Oi, how is the author planning on getting us out of this one? Naruto yelled. If he died he was hunting all the bitches that were reading this. Well, Ricky Riordan created an explosion and that scattered everyone, Sasuke replied calmly despite the situation. Well, stupid author didn't think this through, did he? Zabuza stated as he joined the conversation. How about we make this boat explode, nah? Naruto asked. If the other group got away safely, then so could they. Oi, is that a whirlpool coming our way? Naruto asked. Yup, unfortunately so, were the replies from Zabuza and Sasuke. The whirlpool was twice as big as a normal one that Charybdis creates. Well fuck, Naruto stated calmly as no one should be when a giant whirlpool was coming their way. As it got closer wind and water were whipping around them and suddenly felt weightlessness as the boat was getting picked up. Last thing Naruto did was calmly drink some strawberry milk before he felt a pain in his head and then his eyes saw nothing but darkness. Waking up Naruto groaned in pain as his head felt like a sledgehammer hit it and his body felt sore. A pain was coming from his left arm. Wait, how the hell did wood cut through his arm? After taking out the stake, the wound was already healing, he heard loud yells and cries. He saw a burning building and a bunch of guys dressed up as pirates. Wait, was that Blackbeard? The infamous pirate, son of Ares, and all-around baddest to Naruto. Naruto got up and walked towards the yelling and fire, intending on getting Blackbeard join his crew. After walking a bit, Circe's spa he noticed was the building that was getting ransacked by the pirates, and girls were running. Naruto turned to the camera and said, "This is a very important step for me, I will no longer let this go on, I will go help to people being attacked and defeat the pirate crew." "Oh, I quit bullshitting already," someone said with a laugh. Naruto smirked, "You're right, Blackbeard is joining my crew and everyone else can help themselves." He started walking towards Blackbeard as he saw him giving out orders to his men. "Make sure everything is burned and we take all the loot. They'll pay for having us imprisoned," he yelled out. His crew cheered as they went to cause more destruction. As his crew went to go cause more carnage, he noticed a blonde kid with bright blonde hair coming towards him. Blackbeard figured that he was imprisoned at this cursed place too. "Oh, join my crew, will you please?" Naruto asked as he got in hearing range of Blackbeard. Instead of being in rage of Brada talking to him like this, Blackbeard was interested. The boy must have been imprisoned here too. It was certainly not every day some fool talked to him in such manner. He also saw how the boy held himself. He held himself like a man, like a soldier, tense and always wary. He may hide under an indifference face, but Blackbeard did not survive this long as a notorious pirate by noticing things. Also his eyes. They were dead. There was a couple things that Blackbeard knew that could give such a look in the eyes. Watching a comrade fall, a loved one die, and being one of the only men in a battlefield. Survivor's guilt. Still he was not gonna let a snot-nosed brat talk to him in such manner. HMPH. Know your place, boy, if not, I shall see your rotten head sliced off from those shoulders. He said, his voice hoarse. He had not used it in a very, very long time. The boy looked on with indifference. Still the lad had balls of brass to talk to him like that. I have taken a liking to you, boy. He started off. Because of that, if you wish, you shall join my crew, Blackbeard finished with a cold tone to show him who exactly he is following. He would not force the boy, he knew forcing someone would either cause betrayal or most likely a knife in your back. Naruto contemplated for a moment. He was supposed to find the golden geese or something like that with sauce. But oi. His favorite pirate was inviting him to join his crew. Besides he had Zabuza with him, he could survive. Boy, I'm in captain. Go, and find anything worth of value in that place, Blackbeard said with authority in his voice. The boy went off with a second thought. The goddess of this forsaken place left as soon as he and his men were free. He smirked. He knew she would not challenge him. He even beat his bastard of a father in a fight. He would admit she did get the drop on him, but that was the only way. He stood there and looked at the burning building. Naruto pulled out a manga as he walked around the building. Or what was the building? Naruto turned a corner and saw men trying to take two struggling girls as captives. They were grinning with lecherous grin on their face that even made Naruto uncomfortable. Ignore them, he thought. He wasn't a hero, especially if he couldn't save his friends. Whoa, that came out of nowhere. Ignore that, readers. Naruto said with a grin. Back away, you foul creatures. The older girl stated with a ferocity that made Naruto raise his eyebrow. She was definitely a daughter of a god, a fighting one at that. He guessed that the younger one was her sister. She tried to put a brave face on, but it was crumbling every now and then. She did not say anything. Dark eyes and dark hair, eh? They both felt off though. Whatever, he saw a bag of loot at one of the guy's feet and decided to take that and he was on his way. Oh, Captain found your loot. Naruto said as he threw the bag on the ship that Blackbeard managed to find. Must have been his when he came here. Good work, Blackbeard trailed off. Uzumaki. Uzumaki Naruto said as he flipped a page of his manga. That's an uncommon name, Uzumaki, Blackbeard spoke as he saw men board the ship. It's Japanese. Never met one, how'd you get all the way over here? It's even farther than China, I've heard. The world has changed. You've been in there for close to 300 years, Naruto informed him. He might be off, but closer than him. Blackbeard let off a hearty laugh. Boy, I did not know you were a jester. You serve a king before. He said with a smirk and it fell until he saw the indifference look that made him believe the young lad. You ain't lying, boy, aren't ya? Aye. Let go of me. I'll cut off your heads. And then your other head that thinks more than your brain. Yelled the older girl he saw earlier before she was gagged. Blackbeard growled. I said something of value. Not two brats. He yelled at the men. The men cowered at their captain until a pirate named Ronald said, Captain, we could always sell them, you know how high in demand they are, besides they might relieve us of stress, he said with a grin. Bang. The fool had a bullet through his forehead, courtesy of Blackbeard. Dump his body overboard and I will dump you all if you disobey my orders again. He yelled. The men quickly did as he asked. From what you told me, they won't take him. Blackbeard said in question as he looked towards his newest member. The blonde managed to fill him in on what was the deal in this era now. Most people won't, you just gotta look in the appropriate places, he said. Blah, he was talking more sophisticated than he probably ever did. Pirate slang and shitty past English was a bitch. You feel there, or a two. Aye, demi children like you and me. Naruto said as he was getting antsy for some reason. Something was off with the water. I do know a way to get quick money, head to the island where that shitty Cyclops lives. The one who guards the golden geese. Demigods want it and I'm pretty sure they would pay something to have it back, Naruto said. He was still helping Sauce, it was just that he was gonna pay for it. I've got to figure out everything, so let us go there, then, he said. Raise the sails. The rudder better be clean, or your head is with the fishes, James. He yelled out. Bring the rum out, boys. Yelled a man. Happily complying, they all started to drink and Blackbeard already downed like 7 in 10 minutes. Here you go, lad, Blackbeard said as he passed Naruto a mug. Naruto was drunk. Like fucked up drunk. Was that a head he saw peeking out of the water? But singing songs with his crewmates and gambling was funnier than it should be. Oi, who took my pants? Naruto asked. Oh wait, he still had them on. Somehow he made it down to where the two girls were being held captive. The older sister, Hyla, seemed surprised to see such a young pirate who looked not that much older than her. Still she glared at him. "Boy, once we stop, you two are out of here," Naruto said, as his drunkenness seemed to vanish. Before any one of the three could say anything, they heard a loud piercing roar that sounded like it came from multiple beings. "HHH. It's Scylla," shouted someone from above. So that's why we didn't see her, Naruto thought. Must have been hunting for his idiot brother and came to his scent instead. "Bring it on," yelled his new captain. "I haven't fought in centuries. Get the rum ready. This is going to be fun, lads." He yelled out with an insane laughter that reminded a lot of people of who his father was. "What a badass. Alright, you two go fight that shitty monster," Naruto told the two girls as he turned back to look at them. The older one, Hyla, scoffed at the teen. "We will not fight your battles, pirate," she said with disgust. The younger one, Reina, smiled a small smile. "Thank you for letting us go," she said. Her older sister gave her a look. "Boy. Tell your shitty parent that he or she owes me," Naruto said as the ship rocked. He wasn't doing shit for free. Well, technically he was. Damn it. He went up the stairs. He was heading out to fight his father's past lover. Wait, did that mean that she was his stepmom in a sick twisted way? Naruto blanched at the thought. Yeah, he's gonna stick with his mom. "Uzumaki. There you be. I want you at my side fighting this beast," Blackbeard said with a grin. Naruto nodded with an indifference look. He was pretty sure he was only supposed to watch his captain's back. It looked like he planned on fighting it himself. "Alright, Blackberry." Blackbeard would have definitely knocked that amusement out of the blonde's eye after hearing that nickname the brat said, but his bloodlust was at an all-time high right now. "Aim the cannon, men." "Aye. They're ready, Captain." "Fire." Multiple cannons fired from above and below deck. Most of them missed due to the necks and heads being rather slender, but 2 out of 6 were hit, so not bad. Scylla let out Aurora roars of anger as pain violently grazed 2 of her heads. "Get us closer. I shall cut off her heads myself," Blackbeard yelled as a red aura was emitting from him faintly. Aye, Captain." His men yelled out with enthusiasm. Their captain had faced many things and after seeing him come out on top, so they had plenty of confidence in him. Blackbeard was hanging on to a rope that was on the crow's nest. Naruto just decided to use his water powers to help Blackbeard. Damn, that sounded so lame. Hydropower. That sounded a little better. Once they were in biting distance, Scylla launched the heads that were left to immediately attack the ship. The men on the ship prepared, arming themselves with swords and guns. Blackbeard prepared to swing so he can get a clean shot at the heads. His father, that bastard, gave him a sword blessed by him. His sword was a regular looking one, but it could extend if need be and also increase its sharpness. It couldn't penetrate or slice everything, but it got the job done with what Blackbeard encountered. Naruto raised the water with a lift of his finger to surprise the first head coming straight to him. The head that Naruto stopped looked baffled for a second, but then snarled. But that second was all Blackbeard needed to swing, and with a swoosh cut off the first head. The head fell and blood splattered everywhere. A more powerful roar nearly split the eardrums of everyone and the ship started to shake violently due to the sheer force of the roar. Scylla was enraged now, it seems. Seems she didn't care if her head got cut off as long as she got her revenge. The rest of her usable heads were going in frenzy now, trying to destroy the ship. Men were getting plucked up and crunched on. People were left with just their lower or upper torso if Scylla didn't take their whole body. Blood splattered around Naruto and managed to get on him too. Naruto was having minor flashbacks of a similar incident when a couple years back he and a group of fellow demigods went up to the northern part of Europe where they encountered the Kraken. Now that shit was a freak of nature. Even he, Sasuke and Itachi were getting destroyed by it. He would rather take on Charybdis and Scylla at the same time. Fucking Norse gods and their shitty monsters. Damn the entire war of the gods in general. Naruto got out his Bakken and put wind around it to make it sharper. "Telekines are boarding the ship," yelled out a crewmate as he spotted them. "Looks like Scylla brought a fucking party with her," Naruto thought as he saw what looked to be like a Doberman pinscher, a human child and a sea lion put together. The head was of a dog, while the body was sleek and black like a seal. Human-like hands with sharp claws and stubby legs that are half flipper and half foot. "Boy. What's wrong, buddy?" Naruto started as he came face to face with a telekine. "You look a little, what's the word I'm looking for, stupid." He finished as he stabbed the telekine with his wind-enhanced Bakken. "Curse you, you insufferable son of Poseidon. I will enjoy sending you to him in pieces." The telekine snarled as he held his wounded shoulder where Naruto stabbed him. "Did you not get paid enough when you were babysitting?" Naruto asked with boredom in his tone. Legend goes that the telekines looked after Poseidon when he was younger. Supposedly, they even made him his signature trident and other gods' weapons. He even made some Titans weapons as well. Like Kronos and his scythe. Eventually, Zeus was angered at their use of magic, which killed many fish and animals. Apparently, Zeus casted them to the depths of Tartarus or beneath the sea. They held a grudge towards Poseidon for not defending them for that, or even when they were being mistreated. Hell, even Poseidon was involved with banishing them. Well, tough shit for them. Naruto looked around. Seemed that the Telekines outnumbered his crew, but they, the crew, weren't newbies out in the sea for the first time. They used to fight every day, ranging from the navy, to demigods, to monsters. Naruto was brought out of his observation as he dodged a half-assed attack from the injured Telekine, which then, Naruto forced the Telekine to its knees and cut off his head execution style. After the head hit the wood of the ship, Naruto managed to hear a piece of information that was rather interesting. "How much blood do we need?" asked a Telekine to his comrade as they were watching Naruto from behind a couple crates. "Enough to awaken him, but we also can't kill him. Well, I guess we could, since there's another son now." The one who answered question trailed off in thought. "So, who we trying to wake up from their nap time?" Naruto asked, picking his ear as he appeared between the two Telekines. "Woof." The two Telekines yelled bark before they jumped away and brought out their weapons to face Naruto. "Ma, no need to get hasty," Naruto told the two. He was suddenly surrounded by 5 more ugly seal-looking things. Where was the big bad villain? Doesn't one usually show up? If Naruto was gonna have to fight, he would rather fight someone worth his time, not some low-level bitches that the so-called demigods at camp could barely handle. 2 spear-wielding Telekines rushed forward to stab Naruto. Naruto looked down at his chest to see 2 spears go through him. Instead of yelling in pain, like his enemies thought they would, Naruto merely made eye contact with the one in front of him. "You could have at least taken me out on a date first before you penetrated," Naruto exclaimed. Utter bewilderment was on the faces of the Telekines at the moment. Even when a flash of blonde fell from the sky and cut through the 7 bastardized seals in an instant. The Naruto that was stabbed turned into water and stayed in Naruto's form for a second before collapsing into a puddle of water. Brother bought a coconut, he bought it for a dime. His sister had another one, she paid it for a lime. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank them both up, Naruto sang as he idly watched the Telekines he just killed turn to dust. He wondered who sent them after him. He's been trying to hide himself and keep away from his past enemies. Kronos was still in timeout, so it couldn't be him, or at least not yet. He sighed as he looked around. There still was a lot of Telekines begging to get their ass kicked. Well, if that's what they wanted, then he would give it. Naruto took off at great speed, creating a yellow flash. The Telekines soon fled as they saw yellow flashes and their brethren dying in the wake of it. They would tell their superiors that they saw a demon kill them, covered in Telekine blood. Scylla was utterly defeated at the hands of Blackbeard. She did not care about anything except for revenge, but apparently she cared for her life as she retreated back into the ocean, trying to get away from Blackbeard. Even Naruto was a bit disturbed as he saw his captain with a bloodthirsty grin on his face and waves of red aura emitting from him, looking a lot like his father, as he gave Scylla something to fear. Naruto stood at the edge of the ship, covered in blood, as looked at the sky. Is that all I'm good for? Just killing monsters and humans? Naruto thought. He shook his head, and with a lift of his finger, water came up and fell on top of him to wash away the Telekine blood. He didn't know how long he stood there and was disturbed from his pondering as a large hand patted his back. "We passed by the sirens," his captain told him, still covered in Scylla's blood. Naruto was honestly surprised. He's heard the legends of the sea nymphs and was shocked to see that he did not fall under their spell. "Were your thoughts so loud that you didn't hear them?" Blackbeard asked, still covered in Scylla's blood. That was something never heard of in his time. Was it something that new half-gods could do? Or maybe the lad had something else in his soul or in his blood. "Sure, let's go with that," Naruto answered in a bored tone, returning to his usual self. "The sirens sing about the truth and what you desire. Your dreams, in a way." "Do I not have a dream?" Naruto thought in wonder. Blackbeard decided to let it go and solve another matter. Naruto felt a strong grip on his shoulder as his captain gave him a stare. "So lad, what did you call me earlier?" Blackbeard asked as he tightened his already strong grip. Naruto looked in his eyes. Whatcha talking about, Blackberry?" Naruto answered with a question. Naruto immediately fell down, holding his head in pain as a lump appeared. "Ow. What the hell? Why the hell did you hit me?" Naruto yelled. "For calling me Blackberry. You insolent brat." Blackbeard yelled back. "Oi. How about use words that people understand, you living fossil?" Naruto insulted him. "You're getting too comfortable around here, brat. Not even a day and you're already insulting me," Blackbeard said. "Captain. Seems that the 2 prisoners that we had have escaped," a crew member came and told him. Blackbeard gave Naruto a glance and saw nothing on his face, but he knew he released them. He grunted. It's fine, they weren't important anyways, he said, with a tired sigh. Seems that fight with Scylla caught up with him. The crew member sighed in relief. It usually did not go well for the crew if a prisoner escaped. After all, you had a big ship but enough crew members to keep an eye out. I don't want to deal with an angry god or goddess coming down and giving us trouble, Naruto explained himself after the nameless crew member left. Hey, he didn't know everyone's name. I hear, Blackbeard said with a nod. But that would have gave us some fun, fighting a god. I haven't done that in a long time, he said with disappointment. Naruto gave him a look. Your definitions of fun and my definitions of fun are definitely not the same, old man, Naruto told him as he went off to the mess hall to go gouge himself on whatever food they took from the island. Blackbeard growled. Watch that mouth, brat. I can still put you a beating to where you would still feel it a fortnight away. Yada, all I heard was blah. Holla if you need me, Blackberry. Naruto replied as he walked out of earshot. Blackbeard growled again as he pinched the bridge of his nose. Does this brat ever shut up? Land ho! Yelled out someone that awoke Naruto early in the morning. He silently thanked his crewmate. Last night gave him some nightmares. Seemed like Scylla jolted some memories he wanted to keep down. Not to mention, Sasuke's older brother making them leave. Leaving him to certain death. He shook his head. They should be at the island with the golden geese, or fleece, whatever it is. That's the island, right? Naruto asked his captain, who was steering the wheel. Aye. You need any us to accompany you? Blackbeard asked. Naruto shook his head. Nah, it should be quick and easy. Blackbeard gave him a look. If you're sure, lad. Naruto walked off to the edge of the ship, feeling the cool breeze of the ocean. He looked out into the ocean and saw a makeshift raft traveling pretty fast towards the island. It went right past them. Get that damn curry out of my face. He heard a familiar voice yell. Ruger. He heard another familiar voice. Boy, I'll go from here. Naruto said as he jumped off the ship and managed to stay standing up on top of the water. Chakra? Nope. No chakra, just your friendly neighborhood son of Poseidon. Naruto started to run after the raft. Seems that Zabuza turned nitro on or something. Or maybe he just wanted to get away from Sasuke. That was the most likely scenario. Recently, Sasuke was being a lot more aloof after Itachi died. Seems he took his brother's word to heart. Wait. I can't see. I told you to get that fucking curry out of my fa, yelled Zabuza as his raft hit the sand of the beach, and because of the speed they were going at, he flew off and his head landed in the sand in a comical way. Sasuke on the other hand, managed to do a flip and land safely on his feet. Curry ninja. He said holding to bowls of, rather steamy curry. This is why I wear a mask, Zabuza muttered to himself because he didn't get any sand in his mouth. Ha. Take that bitches. Boy, guess that mask does something else other than hiding your ugly face, Naruto stated boringly as picked his nose. Zabuza growled. A day or so without the blonde and the first thing he says is an insult. Well, you face is stupid. Zabuza yelled at him. Is that the best you can call? Naruto was cut off from a bowl of curry hitting his face. Sasuke. What the hell? I thought you got over your curry fetish a long time ago. I never did, nor will I have a curry fetish. Sasuke yelled. Naruto looked at Zabuza. Denial is an ugly thing. Indeed. Sasuke glared at both of them. He sighed. What happened to you, Naruto? Sasuke asked. Nothing much. Waking up on an island, watching a pirate crew pillage Circe's spa, joining said pirate crew, fighting Scylla and some telekines, learning they need my blood, and just took a shit this morning, Naruto said casually. That sounds a lot better than dealing with the guy with the curry fetish over here, Zabuza said as he pointed to Sasuke. Well, we ended up on a gay resort, Sasuke stated as he shuddered. Zabuza laughed at remembering that. He decided to build a raft, while Sasuke wanted to go see if the island was populated or not. Sasuke came back running furiously, with dudes following behind him, making kissing noises. The curry helped him there. He would never, ever talk bad about curry again. Zabuza wiped a tear. He was never forgetting the look the usually calm, cool, and collected Sasuke made that day. I'm not even going to ask, Naruto said as he also too shuddered at the thought. Well, what pirate crew? Was it some no-named pirate crew, or what? Sasuke asked. Blackberry's crew. You joined Blackbeard's crew. Sasuke and Zabuza shouted. How the hell is that possible? He should be dead. Zabuza exclaimed. What, did you piss your pants or something? She's alive. He just got turned into a guinea pig is all, Naruto answered. Naruto? Yelled a kid that looked like an exact image of Naruto's dad. That is my name, don't wear it out, oi. What the hell? What are you doing here, Dadabeo? Naruto asked as he saw his brother and Annabeth standing there. Me? Percy exclaimed. I'm here to get the golden fleece. You mean the golden geese? Naruto corrected. What is that what it's called? Percy asked, green eyes laced with confusion. You're both idiots, it's the golden fleece, Annabeth said with a sigh. Dadabeo? She questioned Naruto, the word sounding utterly foreign on her tongue. Naruto flushed slightly, his cheeks reddening a bit as he looked away. It's a stupid verbal tic, he muttered. Annabeth had to will herself from pinching Naruto's cheek. He looked so cute. She coughed to gain back some self-dignity that she felt she lost from even thinking that. Who are you? Percy asked Zabuza. He felt a strange connection to him, like a clashing of sorts. What's it matter to you, brat? Zabuza replied back. Would you like some curry? Sasuke asked before Percy could get in an argument. What? I said, would you like? No, I heard what you said, but why would you have curry with you? Percy asked. Trust me kid, when you're in trouble, curry will always be there for you. Sasuke stated, pulling off a creepy look. Okay, Percy said as he backed away. Why are you three trying to get the fleece? Annabeth asked. Something was off about this entire thing. Well, to revive Uchiha Sasuke was cut off from Naruto's elbow, hitting him in the side. Naruto gave him a look. Help you two out. Naruto trailed off, questionably. What really? Thanks. Percy said with a grin. Annabeth sighed at Percy's naivety. Well, she would go without question for now, since they would be helping. Boy, I'm going to keep my eye on you too. I don't trust you girls. You might have secret motives, Naruto told Annabeth and Percy. I'm not a girl. That's ugh. Annabeth sighed in frustration. Will curry solve that? Boy. What I have told you. Not everybody shares your curry fetish. I could say the same about your ramen fetish. Oh, don't you dare. What's a fetish? Boy, Zabuza, tell him of your sword fetish. Fuck you, Uzumaki. I don't have one. Yup, a disaster it's going to be, Annabeth thought gloomily. Why does it look like a postcard? Percy asked as the group walked through the island. It had green fields and tropical fruit hanging off of trees. It had a serene look to it. Sandy white beaches and rolling hills seemed like a perfect island getaway. The other guys ignored Percy, still arguing among themselves. Percy gained a tick mark and was about to get into an argument, but Annabeth spoke. The fleece was all she said as she breathed in the sweet air. Remember, it has regenerative properties. Percy nodded in understanding. He couldn't see the fleece, but he felt its power running through the entire island. Percy could believe that it could heal anything, ranging from poison on a tree to reviving the Titan King. There were also some pretty large footsteps leading to another side of the beach from where they came from. Annabeth and Percy figured it was the resident Cyclops who made those footprints. I thought there would be something guarding the island, Annabeth muttered in thought. Percy agreed. He saw nothing but sheep that were at the base of a meadow, lumbering around. Past them there was a passageway that led up into the hills, and there was the humongous oak tree Percy saw in his dreams. Gold glittered in the branches. The duo stopped walking as the trio in front of them came to a stop. The one with the duck butt hair stared intensely at the deer that came out of the bushes. It walked into the meadow, probably looking for some grass to eat, when the sheep bleated at the same time and rushed the deer. The deer was trapped in a sea of white, where fur and pieces of meat flied through the air. Barely a second later, the pack of sheep trotted off like nothing happened. The deer, or what was left of the deer, was a different story. A pile of clean white bones laid, not a piece of meat left at all. Boy, the fuck did I just see? Naruto said, his eyes widening just a bit. He was also expecting a guardian, a dragon, or some powerful creature of some sort, not some piranha-like sheep. Well, I've seen it all now. They're piranhas with wool, Zabuza commented as he pulled off his oversized sword, preparing for anything. How'd you know, curry dude? Percy whispered in caution, even if the sheep could not hear him. I dunno, Sasuke stated simply. It had been his Sharingan had picked up some sort of energy from the sheep that had a similar energy compared to monsters. It's not curry dude, it's Sasuke, he also stated firmly. Percy deadpanned. Maybe I could sneak around them with my cap, Annabeth trailed off uneasily as she held her cap coyly. It would be the fastest and easiest way to get the fleece. Sasuke and Zabuza looked at each other. They didn't know her, so it didn't matter to them. What? No, anything could go wrong. Boy, don't get caught cause I ain't saving you. Well, those are two different answers, Annabeth thought. Well, not unexpected, from two different brothers. Percy narrowed his eyes at his brother. Naruto felt his glare and turned around to look at him. How that's symbolic, Naruto mused in his thoughts as he looked at where they were placed. Percy had the sun shining around him, eyes glinting with pure emotion. A look Naruto used to have. Naruto was placed in the shade of the trees, surrounded by darkness, eyes reflecting no emotion. A look Percy would never have. What? Naruto questioned flatly. Why would you let her go through with that plan? Anything could go wrong, and they can probably smell her, Percy believed. Or even hear her. And he was just going let her go. Annabeth didn't think of that. Huh, maybe he isn't such a seaweed for brains. Boy, I'm not into people getting eaten right in front of my eyes, but if she suggested it, that means she has to be at least a bit confident in her abilities. Shouldn't you have confidence in your friends? Naruto said indifferently. Everyone around him blinked, save Sasuke. Boy. Don't give me those looks, jackasses. Naruto exclaimed loudly. A little too loudly. Beady black eyes stared to look at the group while slowly moving towards them. Sasuke went up to Naruto and slapped the back of his head. You dope. See, now we got to run for our lives again for something that you did. Sasuke scolded. It wasn't the first time it happened. Naruto merely gave him a look. Bastard, he muttered. That sudden movement and sound made the pack of sheep bleat before they started running towards the group of half-gods and Titan descendant. Guys? Percy questioned the arguing duo as he clicked his pen and Riptide came out. Annabeth was looking around for an escape route. She looked off to the side and noticed a hidden trail that led straight to the beach. Seemed like some trees around were bent and flattened, but she paid it no mind. Percy, get the others and let's go through here, she said quickly as the sheep were closing. They were surprisingly fast for their size. She mentally shuddered, who knew teeth could get that sharp. Hey guys. Percy shouted over the rumbling ground. We found a way off, forget it. Percy said as he prepared to fight. Hey, you shitty brat. Are you suicidal? Let's go, Zabuza said with a lack of haste as he calmly walked over to the hidden trail. Percy growled at the brat comment. Percy, come on. Annabeth said with the very thing Zabuza lacked. Percy hesitated. He wasn't just going to leave his brother, even if he was a major jerk, that would just not sit well with him. He would never abandon any of them. His friends, Annabeth, Grover, and even his brother. Hell, probably not even Naruto's friends as well. It was just who he was, loyal to the fault. You two, go on ahead, I'll fight, Percy declared as he came to his decision. Suddenly he felt himself be picked up and felt weightlessness for a second. He found himself on the masked guy's shoulder, being carried like a grumpy 3-year-old. If you're worried about those two idiots, don't be, Zabuza stated, boringly. It'll take a lot more to kill them than some sheep with an eating problem. Trust me, I've tried. He got a curious look from the blondie for that one, as Percy was still struggling trying to get free. Annabeth was a bit worried for the two, mostly Naruto, but if they got through the sea of monsters, then that shouldn't be a problem, or at least she hoped. Boy saucy, where'd everybody else go? Naruto questioned lazily as the sheep surrounded the two. I dunno, they probably got eaten already, Sasuke replied calmly. What a shame. A shame indeed. Well, you wanna fight? Or you wanna run? Sasuke asked after a moment of silence. The sheep seemed ready to start devouring the two. Hey? You say something. Came the voice of Naruto, farther away than it should have been. Naruto ran up a tree and started jumping from branch to branch on the way to the gigantic oak tree. Sasuke deadpanned. Man, I was about to pull a sweet lightning move to get rid of all these sheep, but whatever. He was even calling in the clouds. Sasuke jumped up and started jumping on top of the sheep to get to a tree. Oops, sorry about that, Sasuke muttered to sheep that was just bit by its brothers trying to get to Sasuke. Man, feisty pillows you all are. Oh, there goes a leg. Finally, he cheered as he started to tree hop. He saw a clearing and Naruto was there looking in his direction. Seems they followed your smell, the blonde stated as Sasuke landed in front of him. Seems that his brother wasn't so stupid. Not that anybody would acknowledge it. Oh well, Sasuke said simply. I've been looking forward to a fight. Naruto stood up from his spot where he was sitting next to the enormous oak tree. Cracking his neck, the ground rumbled from the carnivorous sheep coming for them. Alright, you take the 50 on the right, I'll take the 50 on the left, he finished as he stood next to Sasuke. Screw you, Uzumaki. I'll take 51. Sasuke said as static started to build around him. Naruto's response was raging winds that surrounded his body. Sasuke disappeared with a boom. Damn it. No one said go. Naruto exclaimed as he charged the sea of white that was coming up the hill. And so, the challenge had begun. Man, now I feel like I definitely should have stayed, Percy muttered to himself. There was an odd feeling that struck him, like a challenge was going on. And he wanted to be in it. He was finally let down from Zabuza's shoulder after a while and promising not run off and fight the carnivorous sheep. Percy. Come here. Annabeth called him out of his sulking party. They decided to follow the large footprints that seemed to go in the same general direction the half-gods and Titan descendant were going. They decided to scope the island out just in case. For what? Anything. Wait, is that Percy trailed off in thought as he saw a similar lifeboat of the one him and Annabeth arrived on. Annabeth noticed the giant footprints were following smaller ones. Two different people, according to the size of the footprints on the sand. She came to a conclusion. They're still alive, Annabeth smiled. Percy seemed to realize at that moment as well and grinned. Relief flowed through his entire body. He regretted acting like a douche to Tyson. They were brothers, maybe not the one Percy was thinking of, but brothers nonetheless. Percy would have never thought he would have two very different brothers, but beggars can't be choosers. Even Annabeth was glad. She was harsh and plain rude to Tyson, and she did not see eye to eye with Clarisse, but Tyson grew on her, and Clarisse was a fellow demigod and rival. They may not be alive for much longer, Zabuza observed, essentially killing the happiness. Percy stared at him. Why not? Seaweed brain, are you seriously forgetting what island we are on and who lives on it? Percy blinked. Bridie rubbed the back of his head sheepishly. Annabeth sighed in exasperation. Is something in the water that makes all of the sea gods, sons, legacies, and descendants, and even the god himself, so ignorant, borderlining stupidity. These footprints should lead us to the Cyclops' hideout, where Grover, Tyson, and Clarisse should be, and once we get there, let's make a plan before we go in, Annabeth said, looking right at Percy. Hey. I wouldn't charge in head-on. Percy defended himself from the unspoken jibe at his impulsiveness. Annabeth merely stared, clearly disagreeing. Percy pouted as he hung his head. Let's just go, he mumbled in a mock-depressed tone as he followed the footsteps. Zabuza mentally shrugged. He had nothing better to do and no way in hell was he going to go back to those two idiots. Not to mention, a possible fight with a humongous Cyclops. You cheated. Naruto exclaimed in anger to the Uchiha who smirking in triumph. Oh whatever do you mean, my friend? Sasuke mocked questioned the blonde. Naruto made a noise of annoyance. You know exactly what I mean. You fucking shocked me to where I couldn't move. Sasuke's red eyes had a smug look to them. I gave you a warning, it's not my fault you were caught up in it, Sasuke told him as he put his katana back in its sheath. What warning? Naruto scowled. You say something. Naruto looked at him in horror. You did not just do that. Naruto trailed off as a familiar person with silver hair flashed through his mind. You lost a bet, don't deny that, Sasuke reminded him. Naruto sighed as he glared at the Uchiha. 51-49. What kind of bullshit was that? Maybe if you continued to train, instead of slacking off, you could have broken out of the paralysis my lightning did to you, Sasuke chided the blonde as they both started walking towards the tree. The sun was starting to go down. The fight lasted a bit longer than Sasuke anticipated. Well, to his defense, the enemy were bloodthirsty sheep. The sheep could take a punch or a sword or a damn lightning bolt. Their endurance and tolerance of pain was a bitch to deal with. Sasuke never thought that was something he would say about sheep. Naruto's response to his comment on the blonde's lack of training made Sasuke bark out a chuckle in a tone of nostalgia. It was so simple and insulting, but at the same time, it held a sense of familiarity that made Sasuke remember the bond the two shared. Fuck you, Uchiha. Who made you my sensei? Naruto questioned sarcastically. Thanks for the offer, but I'm not into you like that, Sasuke said with mirth. So, you are into guys, just not me, huh? Naruto questioned with a smirk. That ruined Sasuke's smirk as it shifted into a scowl as the two glared at each other, stopping in place for a moment. After a moment or two, they both started to chuckle and bumped fists with each other. They started to walk again when Naruto accidentally put his foot in front of Sasuke's own foot. That made the Uchiha momentarily stop and lose some balance, but it all went away as Naruto pushed him into a nearby crater that the two made from their fight. Naruto let out a boasting laugh as Sasuke's red eyes glared up at him. As Sasuke was debating if he needed the blonde alive or not, he felt the ground shake, ever so slightly with a thump. A moment passed before the same noise of feel came. It became a pattern, like someone walking. Sasuke's eyes widened as he yelled at Naruto to move. The blonde managed to stop laughing to look at the Uchiha with a questioning gaze before his eyes widened as well and quickly moved away as a tree trunk landed where he was moments ago. It took a few strides before the resident Cyclops was able to be viewed by both demigods. You know, I've seen some ugly Cyclops before, but this one takes the cake, Naruto stated as he looked at his brother in disgust. Sasuke opened his mouth but was interrupted by the blonde. If you say anything about seeing the family resemblance, I will tell our pink-haired friend what exactly you've been doing this past year. Sasuke immediately closed his mouth and glared at the Uzumaki. As the Cyclops grew closer, the more Naruto and Sasuke became disgusted. It wasn't just the appearance. His smell was horrendous. The Cyclops stood at about 15 feet tall, easily towering anyone who was mortal and most monsters as well. His hands looked like they could easily squeeze the two at the same time, along with yellow, jagged teeth that desperately needed a dental check. A lone green eye, a different shade from Percy's, but still easily distinguishable as one of Poseidon's son. The monster was also easily as wide as he was tall, likely from all the satyrs he's eaten. Blue eyes narrowed. Did you do this to my sheep? I'll kill you. The two demigods deadpanned before they quickly moved out the way to prevent a boulder from crushing them both. Sasuke looked at the blonde with a question in his eyes. Naruto nodded with a seriousness that was rarely seen. Sasuke unsheathed his katana as Naruto jumped into the air to be eye level with the Cyclops. With an inhumane inhale of air, he released it into balls of wind that quickly cut the one-eyed giant as the wind made contact. Ow, I can't see. Sasuke took that as his cue to go into action. Lightning sparked throughout his body as he disappeared to only reappear at the giant's feet, where he quickly became a blur and started to cut and slash skin, tendons and muscles to bring the Cyclops to its knees. As it was brought to its knees, Sasuke quickly slashed the tendons and muscles of the arm, making them fall limp at its side. It howled in pain. Naruto went up to the Cyclops and looked into its single unfocused eye which was laced with anger, but as he saw the look in those blue eyes, it quickly became fear. You, Polyphemus, have eaten heroes and the sons of Pan for too long. It disgusts me to share the same father with you, because you have caused nature itself grievance with the fleece you have stolen, along with harming its sons. The Cyclops started to whimper as the skies darkened, the wind picked up, and thunder boomed. It darkened enough to where it only seemed it was only able to see cold blue eyes. As a student and champion of nature, I will send you back to the underworld so no more harm will be done by you. Naruto took a step back as the wind seemed to form a barrier around the Cyclops, cutting him as it got closer. The blonde looked to his partner, red eyes shining in the darkness with his arms crossed. He nodded. The Uchiha raised a finger and with a loud crack a lightning bolt struck from the heavens into the barrier of wind. The skeleton of the Cyclops was able to be seen every few seconds before the body started to disintegrate to nothing but ash. Stay on your toes, he could come back at any moment, Annabeth told the group as they slowly made their way out the cave. It was a joyful reunion to see her three friends again. Hugs were given and tears were shed, along with laughter as they saw Grover's state of dress, and that was quite literally as he was indeed wearing a wedding dress. Percy introduced the three to Zabuza, who looked a bit disappointed to not be able to fight the Cyclops. Grover and Claris were in shock to see someone of Titan descent, they were quite rare in the world, usually for the fact that Titans did not engage in relations with humans, and they were usually hunted down by the gods, largely due to the fact of Zeus's paranoia of a retake of the throne if their children and descendants became large in number. Claris was enamored by the sword he carried, and even more so to learn of its ability to reform itself if touched by blood. Tyson simply called him brother, but Zabuza quickly put a foot down on that. Brother? No. Uncle? No. Cousin? Then? Yes, Tyson. He's your cousin. Annabeth quickly interrupted, she didn't have enough time to figure out what exactly Zabuza was to Tyson, but even less time to have Zabuza hurt Tyson. Cousin? Tyson yelled with a laugh and a large smile as he picked up the descendant. I'll kill him water brat if he doesn't put me down. Annabeth rubbed her temple as Percy begged Tyson to put the man down. She was also becoming increasingly anxious as they made it out the cave with no sign from the Cyclops. As they kept walking, she saw the tree that held the golden fleece. Along with the two that got left behind, laying on separate branches. Naruto with his eyes closed, a serene look on his usually guarded face. She smiled. Percy ran towards them, along with Tyson. Careful not step on any sheep carcasses, the rest followed. If you don't stop annoying me, you're gonna end up like those sheep, Naruto told Percy with one eye opened, the peaceful look on his face gone, replaced by a bored look. Sasuke let out a snort as the two began arguing. The boy was very much how the blonde had been when he was younger. The biggest similarity was probably the stupidity. Are you embarrassed to tell your little brother that I beat you? Naruto opened both eyes to glare at his partner. Are you embarrassed to tell the team that I beat you? Sasuke's smirk fell into a scowl as he glared at the blonde behind his glasses. He hated when that was brought up and the blonde knew it. Before any engagement could start, Annabeth intervened. While I am happy that both of you are okay, we still have a Cyclops to worry about and… No, we don't. Annabeth blinked. Naruto hopped down the branch he was on and landed gracefully and put his hands behind his head. Saucy and I sent the bastard back down to good ol' Uncle Hades' domain, he informed nonchalantly. Sasuke nodded as he also hopped down. He glanced at the blonde. He knew Naruto hated killing people related to his father, but he was a student of Pan and the Great Toads. Killing the sons of his teacher was something Naruto could not forgive. The group looked at the two in shock. No demigod would be able to take down a Cyclops like Polyphemus without extreme backup. Zabuza groaned. He knew he should have stayed. He was so going back to Atlanta, at least there he could let out his Titan energy to attract monsters without the risk of the gods coming. Sasuke looked at the shocked faces and frowned. Polyphemus was low tier, he was strong yes, but very stupid, mostly blind, and very slow. Sure, these demigods weren't chosen to fight a war that literally disrupted the world, but to not be able to take down a single Cyclops. Pathetic. Luke surely knew, and he wouldn't be surprised if the son of Hermes sabotaged some of the training. Clarice looked at the two with skepticism and yet a little bit of awe as well. If what they said was true, the fought carnivorous sheep and Polyphemus, a cyclops in the legends of the old heroes. She looked at the two again. Both were handsome and appeared to be the same age, although the dark-haired boy looked just a bit older than the blonde. They were lean, much like runners and swimmers, but their shirts were ripped and burned, so she was able to see parts of their bodies, and both were very muscular. Not to the point where it interfered with their movements, but rather enhanced them. The blonde's arms and shoulders seemed to be bigger than the other, so it seemed to her that he was the heavy hitter and the other was the speed type. She had to ask both for a fight once they got back to camp. Annabeth's first response to call them liars, but she stopped before she could. Her gray eyes looked at the sheep and then at the two. Scratches all over, but nothing major. She looked around the area and saw a tree trunk and boulder in the middle of the path, obviously thrown. A bit more to the right and she saw ashes, along with a lone eyeball. The reward. A scorch mark as well. She frowned as she took this all in. The two were easily stronger than all the demigods back in camp. Why were they never brought in? Sasuke had a brother. She would definitely have to talk with Chiron about this. Percy remained quiet as he looked at his brother. Polyphemus was technically their brother as well. Percy didn't think he would have it in him to kill a family member, and by the looks of it, Naruto didn't enjoy it. He frowned. "Well, it seems like the two of you haven't lost your battle prowess," came the voice of Luke Castellan, along with other demigods and monsters from the trees they emerged from. Riptide came out, along with Annabeth's dagger and Clarice's spear. Naruto and Sasuke looked at each other. This was most certainly not part of the plan. "Is that a real pirate?" Grover asked with trepidation. Naruto turned to look behind him and saw Blackbeard along with his crew coming from the cave. From the face that captain had, Naruto knew they were in a tight spot. Not because of Sasuke or him, but the others put them at a disadvantage in a battle that consisted with large numbers. All of a sudden, thunder boomed as he saw Sasuke take off and grab a demigod by the neck. He recognized the demigod. Ethan Nakamura. Son of Nemesis. The one who cursed his clan and the son who played a part in Sasuke awakening the Sharingan. Thunder rumbled in the distance as the black clouds were slowly but surely making their way back to the island. The fury in Sasuke's red eyes gave Naruto all he needed to know that the someone was dying today. What if Naruto owns a shop? Percy Jackson end here, and thanks for watching my video till the end.